Evening, everybody. Welcome to Monday night's 40k show. This is our weekly live stream. So if you're new here, welcome to the stream. If you're watching it live, if you're watching this back, it's because these ones do stay on demand. You can join us 21:30 UK time every single Monday, and we talk about sensible topics and all things 40k. Equally, we're also starting live streaming games. They're alternate Wednesdays, Wargaming Wednesdays we've called them. So this Wednesday is a stream to YouTube, a live 40k battle report. And the battle report is kind of secondary, really. The primary is about engaging with you guys and chatting with you random lunatics on YouTube in the chat. Every other week we'll be on YouTube doing those live games. Otherwise, the weeks in between, they're exclusive to deploymentzone.tv. And if you don't know what that is, you can !DZTV in the chat. And that'll give you a link to DZTV. You get a 7-day free trial and you can watch loads of content, and we're doing fortnightly live streams in there as well. Equally, if you don't want to do the serious 40k stuff and you don't really care about gaming, you can join us Friday nights 21:30 for beer and banter. 40k beer and banter, we're going to have to call it now, apparently, because we need to put 40k in the title so people know what it is. And you can come and join us in those streams where we put the world to rights. At least I think we did this last week anyway. So welcome everybody to the stream. Now, what we do on Mondays, as we pick a topic, or I pick a random topic, sometimes I pull it from Discord, sometimes I don't, and we talk about it. And this one came from a question that Chris and I got on last week's Endless Cacophony podcast. And the ECP is a podcast we do put on DZTV every single Friday. And a question came through on the ECP that said, morale in 40k, should it be changed? Do we like the current rule, etc.? And it got me thinking. I thought about it a little bit over the course of the weekend. And I put an argument forward on the ECP. I won't spoil it too much for you. Basically saying we could scrap it. We don't need it at all. And narrative reasons behind that. And that's something I wanted to talk about tonight. So at some point in the near future, we will jump into the chat and we'll see what you guys think. And the question is going to be simply, can it or scrap it or change it for something different? And I will put a poll up there later. So do we change it? Or do we...
hail God of all beards.
Thanks, Talk, for the early super chat. Every time it's you first. Always coming first. That's what your missus says. But thanks for the super chat. So we'll put a poll up later as well. Do we keep it or do we get rid of it? And if we keep it, do we need to change it? It's an interesting question about morale. Now, I'm sure most of you play 40k, so you know what morale is. But for those of you that don't, if there is any people that watch this show who don't know what morale is in terms of 40k and when you actually play the game, I'll give a brief overview right now. So basically, during a game of 40k, your units can take casualties. And if they do take casualties, they may be subject to a morale check. Now, very simplistically, you have a leadership characteristic. And if you can add the number of casualties you take into a dice roll and score higher than your leadership characteristic, then you fail your morale. At the point in which you fail your morale, you lose a single model. And then you take combat attrition tests for everything else in the unit. And on ones, they flee unless that unit is below 50% of its starting strength, at which point on ones and twos, they flee. So basically, morale means your superhuman space marines can run away. Seems a bit odd, right? Your fearless, voracious alien predators, they can also run away. And if you've got big units with very low leadership, a la orcs, then they can also, those big, broody aliens who just want to smash people's heads against rocks, they can also run away in fear. So, in terms of narratively speaking, I don't personally think morale really makes much sense in 40k on the whole. I mean, perhaps for certain factions or certain races or certain groups of people. So you could argue that guardsmen probably should feel fear when faced with a horde of cornate demons. Perhaps cultists maybe would feel fear when faced with Astartes, although typically in the narrative it doesn't really happen because they're so sure that their chosen patron is going to protect them that they don't feel fear at all. So perhaps even cultists aren't those. Maybe orcs if they drop below 5-man or something like that, because their mob mentality drops. Perhaps a Gretchen, maybe they should feel fear. But on the whole, I think morale is a pointless mechanic in 40k. It takes time. It doesn't really get used very much.
Morale? Army stole that from me 16 years ago. Can't lose morale in 40k, otherwise I'll have none.
Well, I mean, that's your own fault for staying in for 16 years, John, to be honest with you. So a lot of sympathy for you. Thank you so much for the super chat, you hero. You've just used all your crayon money now. £5 on crayons gone. Super chat, but thank you so much for that. So I'd even argue there was a book I was reading recently, or I say reading, it's an audio book, around Caiaphas Cain, Commissar Caiaphas Cain, and some Slaneshi cultists, and they feared no one or nothing or anybody. They were getting slaughtered and laughing. So even cultists don't suffer fear. So you're really stuck with Guardsman and Gretchen, and even then, reading the trilogy around the Indomitus Crusade, etc.
Moral requires a better system than current 40k to work. It's just extra casualties, rather than moving them from position like it used to.
And I agree. This is one of the things we could do, Big Red Bear. So I completely agree with you. It doesn't work currently, and it's just a pointless mechanic, and it's a feels bad moment. That's the other thing about it as well. Is in terms of on the tabletop, it's a feel. You've shot loads of my models, and you've killed loads of my models, and then I fail morale. I just have to keep removing models. That's a feels bad moment, and no one wants a feel bad moment. I'd rather a pinning mechanic that means that you have to reduce your distance that you can move, or maybe you hit worse the next time you shoot or something. Something perhaps. But equally, like I said, with the exception maybe of Guardsmen, and even then in the Dark Imperium trilogy, they're facing down Nurgle demons and carrying on the fight. Perhaps morale should just be binned. Pointless mechanic. No one really uses it. Let's just get rid of it. I think I could probably play my next 10 games of 40k and not use morale at all, and it won't really affect the outcome of the game on the grand scheme of things. Is my opinion, anyway. So, if I had to pick a side, if I had to say, what do I want? Do I want to keep it or change it? I would just get rid of it. Sorry, do I want to keep it and change it or get rid of it? I would just get rid of it. That's what I would do. That's what I would choose. We'll jump and chat in a minute to see what you guys think. If we had to keep it, I wouldn't keep it as it is because, again, it's just picking up models for the sake of it, and I don't like it. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make narrative sense either. So I pick up a Space Marine, and a Space Marine runs away. Does he? Really? Games Workshop have fed this bullshit that, oh, well, you have to make a narrative reason. So he's taking cover, or he's regaining his position and consolidating his position. Well, he's not, is he? Because he's gone. I don't get him back for the next 4 turns. He's fucked off. So that's not what's happening at all. So personally, I'm against it. I don't think we should keep morale. Guys, what do you think in the chat? Morale a good thing or a bad thing? It's a complicated. We've got to work out your leadership models, and I say complicated. It's not complicated, but still, you don't need that shitty step. Let's get rid of it. Let me know what you think. I'm going to jump into chat and start talking to you now. Are you all right over there? You've been yawning your head off already.
I know, I'm very tired.
This is definitely not a loose topic, is it?
So morale, what is it? Morale, I've always known it as like a moral compass, knowing what's right and wrong. So how are you using morale?
Moral and morale are two different things.
But they're spelled the same?
No.
No?
No.
Oh dear, James. Well, he will make a very good shelf stacker.
Yeah. So you're home educating our child, and
I can't spell morale or moral.
Morals and morale, two very different things, sweetheart. But morale is about it's broke your spirits, so it's broken your morale.
Oh, okay, right. So yeah, no.
She's with us. She's back in the room.
I'm back in the room. So genuinely, and if Ellie's on tonight, she's probably heard of this. If your morale's up, you could heal from a wound better.
Yeah.
Than if your morale is down.
But so morale in 40k isn't. It's just if you take
that's
casualties.
Not in Warhammer, that's in real life.
No, I know, but if you take casualties, so we'll talk about 40k loose. This is the show. It's the 40k show.
Yeah, I know, but I'm coming from the real world.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Right, okay. Fuck loose off. Back into the chat. Oh no. Okay, so I've got some comments. I'm not gonna scroll up too far, people, because otherwise we'll be here all night. But I'm gonna scroll up a little bit to just after Big Red Bear's super chat. So thank you so much for the super chat so far. Talk, Big Red Bear, and John from Bolt Rifles Legends. All of you, thank you. I like Star Wars.
Should only be when facing a bigger unit, e.g. Gretchen, greater than Cultist, greater than Marine, greater than Dreadnought, greater than Vehicle, greater than Knight, greater than Titan. Obviously some exceptions, but you get the gist.
Kind of get where you're coming from there, yeah. So that's a completely different mechanic altogether. And as long as you can categorise each model or unit, I guess that could kind of work. Hard though. Christian says I like Star Wars Legion's suppression over 40k's morale. I've read that rule, I'm sure, but I don't remember what it is. So I'm sure it's probably decent because most of those rules are pretty good. Ozzy says depends on how you think of morale. Yeah, that's what it is as a mechanic. I tend to think of it as combat attrition, Marines dragging wounded back behind lines, wounded troops finally succumbing. Okay, and that's Games Workshop feeding that morale, and I guess, but Guardsman crying in the corner, yeah. Big Red Bear says no longer counts as holding ground, can't fire next turn, can't move, make it more like bot action maybe. I kind of like the bot action system actually, so I'm all for that. So people are saying, where is it? change it, don't bin it from Minkster. Interesting. So you want to keep hold of morale as a mechanic, but you want to change it. Maybe morale could be a more positive mechanic that could be spent each turn on models to keep them alive until the end of your next turn, even if they reach 0 wounds. Interesting. Your point on ECP would work better. It should have a negative effect. Can't move forward, negative hit modifier. Yeah, that's what we said. So ECP, I said maybe like half your move characteristic and your -1 to hit. So then it slightly pins you down because your morale's down, you're dragging casualties, but you don't just lose models at least. So it's still a negative impact, but you don't just lose models. Space Marine morale doesn't work and doesn't fit the narrative, but on the flip side, hardly any real battles go to the last man standing. Combat attrition is a real thing. Not sure how you represent that. Agree. Bear says, I would like morale in the game, but I just don't think it works with the way the rules are. I think 9th as a whole is just an inferior version of 8th, and morale was bad in 8th too. Agree. Doesn't make sense either that troops from an orderly queue to get wounded either, but then the rules, I guess, yeah. Okay, I'll give you that one. Gaz says, morale doesn't necessarily mean fear, it means acceptance of a losing situation, so a lot of the time it would be withdrawal. Okay. Again, I don't see Marines really withdrawing. Surely it's up to the commander whether they do or not. Being a Night Lord player, if they scrap morale, that makes our Legion trait null and void. So what do you
What's all
give
this
Night
real
Lords?
world rubbish? We don't do real world here.
Exactly, Andy.
Tears of joy.
Exactly, Andy. At least you only did 1 Tears of Joy. It's really fucking annoying when she reads out 7 Tears of Joys. Don't know who did that last week, but bastards. So, Umbra, what we give Night Lords... I don't know. Night Lords should create terror. You don't really get that from morale with the current mechanic. So I know what you're saying about the fact that the Night Lord's current mechanic becomes null and void, but it's currently shit anyway, really, let's be honest. So they need a complete overhaul of their mechanics so they actually cause terror, they actually cause fear. They're terror troops, that's what should be happening, but it doesn't quite work right now. Luce needs some of that chili mead. I've sniffed it and opened it, I haven't sipped it yet, Christian, I'm waiting to try that. Would be cool with a morale mechanic, but have it as suppressive fire, and certain weapons have a higher suppression stat, and suppress could be slower movement, worse ballistic. Exactly that, Vappy Jacks. If I was going to have a mechanic, which I'm not for because it's layering extra rules in, but if I was going to have a mechanic, that's what I would do. And your humble lasgun may not create so much of a pinning effect as perhaps your autocannon or your heavy bolter. That's the way it should be, I think. Morale was fun to watch enemy orcs run away from my custodies. I guess, yeah. Morale, -1 to weapon skill, ballistic skill. There you go. That works. Tywin says, I have cider and I'm ready to talk rule bollocks. Brilliant. And you're in the right place because we talk a lot of bollocks. I shot a unit of 8 warp bikers, killed a few. He failed morale. Rolled 5 1s. It cost him the game. I told him to re-roll it as I didn't want to win the game off of a lucky roll. Very gentlemanly of you, Dave. But, I mean... Would Warbikers speed away after losing a couple of models? They wouldn't, would they? A couple of men from their unit? I don't think they would. I'm still getting over this cold. We're almost there, though. Steve gives Umber an F in the chat. I mean, he gives a lot of those, Steve. In Nights, loads of chaff and books and million rules for my Space Marines. It's just more rubbish I need to remember in big point games. Just sack it off. Heretic Wargaming, I'm on the same train. Get rid of it. Morale is one of the few ways you can force through units to lose models, so I think it should stay. Again, guys, I get that. But is it... Like, take Custodies because of their low model count. So Custodies are notoriously difficult to get rid of. Notoriously difficult to get rid of. High wound count, high toughness, good save, and vulnerables everywhere. But if I lose a Custodian guard or two, I'm probably not failing morale because my leadership's so high and my model count's so low. I don't know. Alfarius agrees with Bear, which is interesting. Bear made some good points. I see bring the mechanic for morale that what they had in 7th edition. I don't remember 7th edition's Lehman Russes. I don't remember 7th edition morale. I played a lot of 7th and I don't remember their morale. Remind me. Was that the one where you rolled a dice and added your casualties and had to... No, that was rolled to... I can't remember. You could lose lots though. I remember that in 7th edition. Fear is a thing too. Being charged by a Bloodthirster is kind of scary, but being charged by a squad of yellow Imperial Sisters. True. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to the channel as a member, Heretic Wargaming, you absolute legend. For all of you non-members in the chat, you can join the channel by !member. Follow the link. It costs just £2 and you can get yourself into Discord. Which brings me on to the next point, Heretic Wargaming. If you !Discord in the chat now, it will chuck you into the community Discord, into the Great Hall. Just don't forget to link your YouTube account to Discord, otherwise Discord will beat you straight back out as soon as you log out. If you don't link it, it knows you're not a member. It doesn't know you're a member and it'll boot you out. So make sure you link. But if you're struggling, I speak to one of the seers in Discord. They're my mods, and they'll help you out. Claw Master X Corio. My poor Night Lords need something for morale to work. They do. Exactly. I agree. Night Lords will get something when 10th Ed is released, along with Chaos Codex. Morale as we work in Chaos Space Marines get 3 wounds. Don't, Ozzy. Don't do that to me. Don't. What if failing morale made a unit unable to take actions or hold an objective? Perfect, Squirrel Noob. It's simple. There's no real feel bad. It has a negative impact on the unit. You're not just losing models. Absolutely agree. That's something that I would be up for. I think that's a better. I think that's a better way to use morale already. John Scriver's in the chat. If you, John, I think you've got Instagram, Scrivo. Is it Scriv10 or something like that? Check out Scriv's Instagram. Scriv is the guy who does all my artwork. So the Lord Commissar Liam logo, it's Scriv that drew it. So everyone say hello to John. Everyone wave to John Scrivens. Wave. Gav Lemon, that was my ECP question. Thanks. The problem is that morale just isn't fun. If a rule isn't fun or fluffy, it has no purpose. Maybe a scale of results depending on how much you fail. I agree. Actually, I'm going to start this poll now to see whether we keep or remove morale. Keep or... Oh, fucking hell. This has gone mad now, isn't it? My mouse hates me, Luce.
I know.
It's got nothing to do with me pressing the wrong button. Because I wasn't looking.
I like her voice. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
You bastard. Thank you for the super chat, Dave, but you're a bastard. So we're starting a poll. We'll run this for a quarter of an hour. See what you guys think. And then if we, depending on what we do, depending on what the result is, we might run another poll soon after. So there goes a poll up. I like your fullback rule, which would be really good. Which was that one? Which was that one? Don't I know that? Played Tywin's Custodians with my Scions, and ouch, Scions are good. 7th was Runaway. Well, I liked 7th. A lot of people hated 7th. I quite liked it. Reza.
I don't think you said it right.
What?
Run away!
Run away! Sorry, yeah. Oh, Monty Python. Run away! Run away! The fact that knights can run away from morale is silly. They specialise in fighting the most terrifying thing in the universe. Grey Knights. So Grey Knights shouldn't run away. Run away! Go, that's me all night now. Grey Knights shouldn't fail morale. Demons shouldn't fail morale. Tyranids. I mean, when they're in the Hypermind, they don't anyway, I guess. Adam Thompson, welcome to the channel as a member. You absolute hero. Thank you so much. Don't forget exclamation mark Discord. Get yourself into the Great Hall. Well, that's frozen as well. Interesting. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Anyway, you're a hero. Where are we? The models can have a suppression resistance stat instead of morale.
You brought this on yourself. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
I mean, it's only 5 at least.
Now you've done it.
But fuck you all. Thank you. Models can have a suppression resistance. A guardsman is easier to pin down than a terminator. I mean, we're turning into a whole new mechanic, right? Which I quite like. Adam, you haven't joined the channel. You've upgraded your membership. Hero, thank you. She's just caught up. So I get that that's a good. I like the idea compared to the current form, but it's adding. I don't like adding complexity for rules that you have to go and look at something and. I guess the thing with morale currently is at least it's simple, and I guess that if we want to change it, I wouldn't want to make it supremely complicated because I wouldn't want people to have to look at this and look at that and look at something else, and so I would want something that was more intuitive. So if your mechanic was quite intuitive, then I'm fine. I'm okay with that one. I don't know how we do that, but if it's a quick easy, I know that my suppression rating is 4, so if I roll less than a 4, I'm fine, or something like that. I don't know, then I'm fine, or whatever. So maybe Custodes perhaps only get suppressed on a 6 or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly how that would work, but you get what I'm saying, right? As long as it was intuitive, I'm all for that one. Bear says, as a recovering Chaos player and a recovering Night Lord, I can say keep the morale rule and discard. Keep the moral rule and discard morale from the game because life is hard. The whole morale phase is an empty shell of a phase. It requires more interaction in the phase than it does rely on spending CP. This is the thing as well. You can just ignore it. 2 CP is ignored. Old morale is better. Unit starts moving away from the enemy. Morale test on that unit for each unit until they leg it off the table or rally and carry on as normal. So it's Scrivo Art on Insta. I couldn't remember which one it was, John. Thanks for giving me the heads up.
Oh dear.
What?
Nothing.
What's the idea for?
I like the idea of Night Lords overriding obsec tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of
Amber,
joy,
you're a
tears
bellend.
of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
Oh, you can even hear it in her voice.
Yeah, she's now fed up of saying tears of joy, right? Although it's improving my morale at least. Fall back to the nearest terrain piece, maybe. Less fear, more tactical retreat. Interesting. Bring forth the holy hand grenade of Antioch. Absolutely. Fear and terror should come back. Fail a leadership test and you can't charge the big scary demon. That was the thing, wasn't it? Like, if you had to roll a leadership check to see if you could do something if you were in range of something that caused fear. I kind of like that. It was definitely oversimplified in 8th. I already forgot the exact mechanic from old editions, but it was more representative of actual morale failure. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I voted keep because I play Ultramarines and Black Legions to never fail leadership tests. That's cheating, Des. You can't do that. They simplified it from before. Morale mattered from 3rd to 7th. It really doesn't matter now, and it can't without changing too many aspects of the game. Yeah, I agree. So because it doesn't matter now, I'd bin it. I'd just get rid of it. That messy desk is making me take a morale test.
It's not even that messy. It's
That's
one
not messy
piece
for
of
her.
paper. Right, fine. Do you know what? Fine.
That's not messy for her, chat. Honestly.
Ooh, I can't.
Don't. She'll get upset.
Right. Paper clip. Well, hole punch, not paper clip. See, everything falls down.
No, she's on.
There we go. See? Fine.
Fail morale, half movement, advance and charge. I like halving your movement and -1 ballistic skill, maybe weapon skill, perhaps. Leave Russ celebrate to be a member for 3 months. I wish the Chinook and Apaches would fuck off because they are so loud. Yeah, helicopters can't really help that, mate. And then Eston also celebrating being a Jarl for 2 months. 2 Jarls as well. 2 fucking heroes. Let's think outside the box, people. Morale is linked to your Warhammer Plus subscription status. If you sub, you pass. If you've got a Warhammer Plus subscription, you automatically pass morale.
Tears of joy, beers of soy, ears of gloy, steers of Hanoi, fears the boy.
I don't know why I keep coming back to do this. Pack of fucking arseholes. The thing is, I think you got it wrong around, Eston. If you're a Warhammer Plus subscriber, surely you fail morale once you've realised what your money's got you. Just saying. I'm just saying. Mark Pollard, I'd say keep morale as it is, but exempt certain factions for taking it. All the factions that do take it, like Guard, should have their points cost discount as a result. Interesting. Okay. So I'm up for more exemptions. World Eaters shouldn't fail morale. Custodians shouldn't take morale. I get it. Or you just really bump their leadership up. Hugely bump it up. I think it needs to be kept, but too many things are functionally fearless. Well, that's Saber, then that just completely agrees with what I just said. And you said hi as well, so hi. Hi, Saber. Welcome to the stream, hero. Tywin says, fail around test, and the unit falls back in a random direction and can't shoot next turn. Bringing back scatter dice. I was watching the Play on Tabletop stream before I came here to talk to you wonderful people. And they're playing 9th edition 40k with 7th edition rules. They have blast templates, and I was like, blast template. And then I saw them use them, and I was like, I don't fucking miss blast templates. Bear wants them to change the whole game again, but if they're going to do that, bin it. Yeah. I mean, I think history shows us that 10th or 11th edition, whenever they may come, will be a reset. I'd imagine probably not 10th, maybe 11th. How hard a reset that is, I don't know. So we're probably stuck with this for a little bit longer at least. And I honestly can't think that in the near future, and I'm not trying to make my own stream pointless, but I honestly can't see that in the near future they're actually going to get rid of morale at all. I just don't think that's going to happen. So I think we're kind of stuck with it right now. Oh, it doesn't. My mouse doesn't work on that screen.
Do you want to plug my mouse in?
No, it's. Oh no! Now we've really broke it. Now I can't even see the chat.
I can see the chat.
Can you?
Yeah.
I'm going to turn the mouse off and on again. Because that always works, right?
Yep, turn it off, turn it on again.
Brom used to work in IT, and that always used to work.
I genuinely called him one time, years and years ago, because my laptop broke.
It did actually work.
And he said, turn it off, turn it on again.
It did actually work as well. Look, it's working now.
Yeah. What also works is if you really smash the mouse down on the table, wake it up a bit.
I've broken lots of things doing that.
Yeah, just again and again and again. Just smash it.
Yeah, I've got angry with many things and broke them, and that that doesn't always work. Sometimes you bang them so hard that they don't ever work again.
Fail morale should mean the unit makes a shrubbery.
Shrubbery. Fuck. Is this going to? That's it now. We're 25 minutes in. We're going to turn into a night of Monty Python quotes.
Also, while you were unable to see for a minute, I can't say. So I tidied my desk.
Right. Okay.
Tidied with air quotes and Dolocks.
Debolocks, yeah.
That's it. While you're at it, Luce, the kitchen could do with a tidy. Now, I have to say, on a Monday and a Friday, you'd have to take that up with Liam. Because he's the one that wears the frilly pinny and the marigolds on a Monday and a Friday in the kitchen.
And nothing else.
Aren't you, dearest?
And nothing else.
The boys are traumatised. We have all written to you to expressly ask to stop doing that.
No.
The dog's next.
Pinny only. I feel like if I were demoralised, I would probably fight last. Okay, I like that. See, fight last is quite a powerful ability, so that kind of makes sense. If that is like to each other, then I'm pickled here in Norway. I don't know. I'm not sure that comes from. Hot take: vertical explosions should be removed before morale. Interesting. You don't like vehicle explosions? I kind of like vehicle explosions. I've never really seen a problem with them. Why new Renaissance? Would you like to get rid of vehicle explosions? I'm interested now. Blast templates can go fuck themselves, but scatter dice rule. Yeah, blast templates were shitty, weren't they? Flamer templates I quite liked. I think I still prefer flamer templates to automatically hitting D6 results. Controversially, I think I still prefer flamer templates. Alternatively, you could move vehicle explosions to leadership phase and have the explosions not trigger morale. Right, okay. The two swingy, interesting. I think the fact that orc factions actually suffer morale is nice. I think it depends, because surely when they're in mob mentality, they wouldn't suffer morale.
Sorry, Liam, I've just failed my morale.
Have you? Why? Why have you just failed your morale, Dave? Thanks for the super chat to tell me that. Why have you failed it?
If you were to remove morale, would you have to put something else in its place, or could you just...
I think you could just get rid of it.
And then just carry on as...
Yeah, I think you could. I think you could just... This is why I think it's a shitty rule, because I think you could just cut the whole thing out of the game, and the game would carry on.
So why is it even in there?
Exactly my point.
Oh, okay.
Exactly my point.
For tonight.
And that's it, folks. With the massive £36 raised, that's it.
We're not very good at this. We're supposed to string it out a bit.
Yeah, it's hard for you to play devil's advocate. We don't know what I'm talking about, though, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's hard. I'm just here playing with my desk.
Yeah. Lehman Russell's nice whiteboard. It's flowery and shit. Have you seen that?
It's my brother's ex-girlfriend's Christmas gift from about 10 years ago, and I love it.
I'm running out of juice and my throat's fucked.
Do you want me to get you some more juice?
If you can in a minute, that'd be very nice.
I'll get you some more juice.
Are you happy to do that?
Yeah.
Thank you. I would just get up and leave you in front of the chat, but...
No.
No, see, exactly. I think I've just failed a morale test at the thought of Liam in just marigolds and a penny. Oh,
Quite the sight.
penny. It's glorious, Keith. Why would you not want to see that? Why would you not want to see that? Gavin Lemon, 7th, you would roll when a vehicle took damage and it might lose its main gun or become immobilised, similar to brackets, but one random stat dropped to bottom instead of everything going down one step. See, with 7th edition and vehicle rules, where they had like hull points and shit, penetrating hits and glancing hits and stuff, I didn't really love that. But there was, and I'm gonna really upset. I'm gonna really, really, really upset Umbra, and I'm so sorry, Umbra. This isn't meant to upset you. But I was at an event the other weekend, which was about. I wasn't there to play. I was just visiting the guys at Factorum, and they were playing BattleTech. And what I liked about that game, and I know it's more difficult to do this on 40k because of how many models and stuff you've got on the board, But what I liked about BattleTech, thank you. What I liked about BattleTech was the fact that you could lose a weapon. So because you could lose, thank you, sweetheart. So because you could lose a weapon completely, gone. So you've got your Knight Titan, and he can lose a thermal cannon, but he can still use everything at full, like strength and full ballistic skill. I kind of like that. I kind of like that sort of mechanic. But this isn't morale now. We're talking about something completely different, I guess. So in some aspects, I do want more complicated rules that are more narratively focused. The fact that a tank has its turret blown off, but the hull-mounted heavy bolter, the guy can keep pulling the trigger. The fact that a knight can have his arm cut. So a knight can have his arm cut off, but the rest of his weapon systems remain functional. That's narrative that happens. Whereas we've just got this slowly degrading vehicle currently, which I think is a bit shit. But this is completely off topic, but hey.
If you were to play narrative,
Yeah.
and you know how you magnetize arms to your models,
Sometimes. Yeah.
wouldn't it make the game more interesting if one of the rules was that when you built it, any extremities had to be magnetized? So when you shot a bullet, it could actually blow an arm off. So then a chainsaw can't be used.
Yeah,
or-
no, exactly. I think for big vehicles and stuff, that'd be cool. And like the Forge World ones I've been recently building, they're actually built for magnets. You don't have to make the magnet holes yourself. Done already. Done for you.
So would that be more of a narrative or a competitive if you were to magnetize?
I think it would work for both.
So, okay, so 12th edition
It
then.
feels very weird that we had a rules revamp in 8th, and it already feels like there needs to be another rework now. I don't expect to see it, but I think the 8th model has become too bloated already.
But I really agree.
If they can remove Overwatch for not having an impact and taking too much time, we can definitely axe morale. 7 septillion 777 sextillion 777 quintillion 777 quadrillion 777 trillion 700.
Then she stopped.
I'm impressed by that though. I'm impressed by that. Bear, I kind of agree with you. When 8th came out, one of the glories about 8th, one of the things that was the best about 8th in general was the fact that it was simplistic. There was like 6 pages of rules. If I was going to get anyone involved, I wanted to get new people into the hobby, even if I was going to bring Luce into play, she's got to read 6 to 7 pages of rules, and that's it. Now it's like 20 to 30 pages of rules in the core rulebook at least, so it's grown. I mean, it's still not 7th levels of rules where you had to have a week to sit down and read 200 pages, don't get me wrong.
But then it's not only reading the 20 to 30 pages, but it's the style of writing. Is that quite wordy?
So I think that the style of writing for 9th edition is arguably better because they did this thing where at the end of each rule they gave you a quick reference box that broke it all down into bullet points. So it's always been quite wordy, the rules. And in 9th edition what they did is they went, well, here's the wordy version that you're all used to that says this is what you can do and how you can do it and who can activate and when can activate. And then they would go, bullet point, this unit can activate, this is what they do, this is how they do it. So they made that better. I'll give them that much.
Yeah.
But I just think that I would argue actually as well. I don't think necessarily that the core rules themselves are the bit that's bloated. And Bear, I'm agreeing with you about 8th becoming, or 9th becoming a bloated 8th. But I think that bloat has come from codexes and supplements, not from the core rules. The core rules aren't too bad, but I still think that the change to morale and combat attrition is shit. And I'll go on record as when I first reviewed Indomitus, when I first read it, I said I really liked it. And then I just realised that it's not really something that we use. It doesn't really come into play very often. It's just not something that I'm a fan of. It's what I've come to realise. The more I've been playing 9th, now as a playtester as well, what I've come to realise is the things that I want to remove aren't necessarily complicated things or simple things or wordy things or weird interactions. The things I really want to remove from the game personally is what I call feel bads moments. So moments where something happens in the game and it just makes someone feel bad. Not because they've made a tactical error, but just because there's nothing they can do about it. It just makes them feel bad. So with morale,
Imagine vehicles had different wound counts for different sections. Turret get 4 wounds, hull 10 wounds, sponsons 4 wounds, etc. Then you could target specific things like disabling the missile pods, etc.
so Tywins, that's also kind of how BattleTech works. So when you hit you have to roll to see where you hit, and then you can hit left torso, right torso, left arm, right arm, and then you have to roll and you remove essentially armor points. Once you've removed those armor points, you then go into damaging the weapons. So if you're lucky enough that you keep hitting the left arm and you keep removing the left arm's armor, eventually you'll get through to that weapon system, and then you'll just blow the left arm off, and eventually you've got no weapons on that left arm.
Just started in 9th, and took me around 2 months to learn all the rules. Still don't get morale.
2 months that's a long time to learn a new game. And Dave, I mean, fair play to you for sticking with it. There's a lot of people that get to 2 months and go, you know what, I'm just not gonna bother anymore. It's taken me 2 months. I'm not interested in keep learning. So fair play to you for keep going at it, because 2 months is a long time. A good friend of mine, Adam, has tried to for a long time. He's tried to get me into other gaming systems. He's tried to get me into multiple other gaming systems, and typically, if I can read the rules in an afternoon and have a rough understanding of how to play it, I'll probably give it a go. I'll probably play the game. Not a problem at all. If it would take me 2 months, I'd probably go, nah, fuck that, it's not worth it. And that's where I think we're at with 40k. I'd love to do a comedy series on YouTube teaching that lunatic how to play 40k, because I think it'd be hilarious. But I don't think I want the stress over 2 months of trying to teach Luce the rules from start to finish. And it's not because it's Luce, it's not because it's you.
Some of it's because
because it's you. It's not all because it's you. It's just because it's just so complicated. There's just so much that my brother wants to learn to play 9th edition. He started to learn to play it at home on his own with his eldest son, and he's messaged me a couple of times. So I'm gonna, at some point soon, I'm gonna bring him into the studio when I'm not fucking working every day of the week, and I'm gonna start teaching him how to play. And I've taught a fair few people how to play 40k from scratch, and I don't get super excited about teaching it in 9th. 8th edition was a glorious edition to teach people how to play 40k, and especially before the supplements and etc and super doctrine. Things like super doctrines and stuff, right? It just gets super fucking super complicated layer upon layer. Oh, so you're a space marine and you get your chapter tactic, and then you get your super doctrine, and then you can upgrade this.
Screw morale. Just got 6 Venatari for £30. My morale is sky bloody high.
Definitely China cast. Definitely China cast, John. Just saying. And then you layer in super doctrines. So then you get super complicated, right? Because you've got your Space Marines, who are an Imperial faction, who are also a Space Marine faction, who, if your whole army is Space Marines, they also get a chapter tactic, which means that at some point during the game, either during one of your combat doctrines, you get a super doctrine. So as well as your combat doctrines that you get for being Space Marines, which are in addition to your chapter tactics, you get your super doctrine. You follow me so far? You follow me, chat? So you get your super doctrine on top of your combat doctrines, on top of your chapter tactics. But then what you can also do every turn, if you want to, is you can use a stratagem to give you another ability that could actually stack on top of your super doctrine, which could also stack on top of your combat doctrine, as well as your chapter tactic. Fuck that shit. What? Why? I got excited when they started bringing in chapters and craft worlds and all that kind of stuff, rather than just Eldar or just Drukhari. I got excited for that because I like the individuality. I like the fact that Craftworld Simhan is different to Craftworld Oathway. I like the fact that the World Eaters are different to the Night Lords. I like the fact that the Blood Angels are different to the Dark Angels. But it's gone too far. There's too much shit layered in for narrative reasons to give them their own flavour that just gets it fucking mentally complicated to the point where experienced 40k players who have played lots of games of 40k can still forget rules, can still miss shit. And if experienced players with all that layered on nonsense get to a point where I've forgotten that I had an additional AP -1 in the combat doctrine because I'm a White Scar, then if they're forgetting it, then what chance does a new player have? And if they're gonna keep that complexity in, and I've said this 100 times before, I'm going to continue to bang this drum. If they're going to keep that complexity in for the experienced players, then they need to layer in stripped back versions of the game for new players, because if they don't continue to bring new players in, they'll kill their own fucking hobby. It's as simple. If you cannot keep it interesting for new and young players, my 8-year-old, He sat here the other day. With me. Yesterday it might have been. Maybe it was Saturday. I can't remember. But he sat. He said, "Daddy, I'm starting to like Warhammer. I'm starting to get interested." Honestly, he sat next to me. I was watching Winters. It was yesterday. I was watching Winters on a Battle Report.
Oh.
And he said to me, honestly, "Do you think you could teach me?" And of course I said yes, because my son's asking to play 40k.
Yeah.
And what I thought was, how the fuck am I going to teach an 8-year-old the rules?
Is there like a introductory army?
Not really anymore. Space Marines are considered the best starter army for people, supposedly, but they're still layered and layered and layered in complexity. So what I've thought is, in order to play 40k with my 8, in order to teach him the game and to get him involved in the hobby and to love the narrative, I'm actually going to have to change the rules to play.
Do you know, I don't think it's going to be too bad. He must have some kind of eidetic memory. We went to that cafe in Southampton. I had one member of staff behind the bar. Both of them reminded me about rules that James had also only learnt 5 minutes previous, and he knew them word for word. So he might be okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if Warhammer actually attracts people like that, because it's so jam-packed.
Old Crow's been a member for 3 months. What a hero. Thank you. Steve B did a 7-minute spiel on how to read a codex. It was probably the best intro I could ask for, and I still haven't got a clue. To be honest, probably thinking about sacking it. So that's a shame. And if you jump into Discord, if you're in Discord, then chat to people who can help you learn the rules and sort of get you settled a little bit better. Even I can help to some extent. Steve Box did do I took the piss because he did a how to read a codex, but that's how bad the codexes are. Is that you need a how to read a codex video from someone like Steve Box in order to learn how to read a codex. That shouldn't be the case. How is that new player friendly if people like Stephen Box can see a gap in the market to teach people how to read the fucking basic book you need?
AOS 3.0 rules give me hope for the next edition.
So I don't know AOS 3.0 Crumpets Powder too much. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, people. But I have heard that a lot of people have said that it's a really good rule system.
For now?
Yeah, maybe I would have to. I mean, that's when we go back to Space Marine, because 9th edition is a bolt onto 8th essentially. But that's, if someone like Steve, who runs his academy, if someone like Steve can see a gap in the market that they need to create a video to teach you how to read a codex, that means the codex is fucked. You shouldn't need a YouTuber or someone like Steve, who runs the academy, to explain to you how to read an army book, which is one of 2 basic documents that you need in order to play 40k. That means it's fucked. And I've seen exchanges between Umber and Big Red Bear talking about the fact that the core rules themselves, they're not too bad. They're okay. They need some tweaks. They need some changes. Morale's one of those things that they need to change, I think. But they aren't also, like I said earlier in the stream, they're not the thing that's making 9th edition a shitty edition or overcomplicating it. It's the army books, the supplements. That's what's overcomplicating it. That's the shit they need to get rid of. That's the shit they need to tidy up. Mordian57 says, Lawrence of Tabletop Tactics lately described how he would simplify 40k by presenting his ideas. He unknowingly described the AOS rule set. Interesting. Again, I have not read AOS 3, so I don't know that. And a lot of people have said that they think that AOS is a testbed for 40k. At the moment, I think what they're doing with AOS is smashing it out of the park whilst gently fucking 40k. I say gently. It's not that gently anymore, is it, really? Jedi, when he celebrated being a member for 4 months, fucking hero. Start your son with the Imperium stuff, breaks down really easy. Guys, if you want to become a member, if you want a big green name and different coloured beards and stuff, you just have to ! member in the chat, and then you can come and join us in our private Discord if you want to, and we'll show some stuff off in Discord later. Or equally, if you want to support the stream and want to support the channel, you can become a deploymentzone.tv subscriber by ! DZTV. Follow that link and start your 7-day free trial. There's loads of content in DZTV. More to come in the new year as well. After playing one game, the rules are complex, but I find the game itself rewarding. So I agree with you. This is why I don't want new players to be scared off of playing 40k, because when you start to get in the groove of playing 40k, so I was in a bit of a lull. A lot of it was because of COVID. Couldn't go out and play. We locked down hard in this house anyway when COVID was in its infancy. So I wasn't playing 40k. 8th edition, swatched to 9th edition. I wasn't able to get out and roll some dice, so I was a bit despondent. Didn't really love it. And then I got out and started playing, going to the guys at Vanguard Tactics, getting involved in the streams, going to events. And when you get used to it and you know the rules, it is incredibly rewarding game to play on the whole. Not completely, on the whole. Unfortunately, the balance is such that there are certain matchups where that matchup is never going to be rewarding. If you come up against 4 Admech planes, you're not going to have a fun time. That's just a fact. So there are times where it's not rewarding. But on the whole, especially if you're playing with mates, playing Wednesday, playing in the garage Wednesday, I'm playing against Jakey on Wednesday. We'll play 1,000 points. I'll have a whale of a time playing against him and you lot abusing me on stream. You were about to say something?
We should get you a hat that has like the cups in with the straws, so you don't have to worry about putting your juice down.
You'll notice it's away from the keyboard.
Yeah, I just saw that and I thought, oh,
it's away from the keyboard on purpose.
You know the ones I'm on about?
I know. I don't think they'd be big enough for my head, to be honest with you. Every time I teach, I use 9th Ed core rules, but give the Army's 8th Ed index rules. Every game after first, I add a few more rules from codexes. First chapter tactics, last stratagems. And this is something, I think we spoke about this on the ECP a few times. I think I spoke about it on stream sometimes. This is where they are really fucking missing a trick here. And they don't even need to invent new rules specifically. They just need to group codexes into portions that are layered in terms of level. So the core data sheets for your army are beginner level, just your data sheets, nothing more. And then maybe they have intermediate level where they layer in stratagems or chapter tactics or something. I don't know how this looks. I'm just spitballing, but basically they maybe they layer it into 5 different sections, and they say for your first 5 games you play with just the red pages, and then for the next 5 games you play with the red and the green pages, and then for the next 5 pages you play the red, the green, and the blue pages. Whatever it looks like. So they layer that complexity in, so you get used to playing those core rules, and then you layer in your chapter tactics, and then you layer in your stratagems or your warlord traits, and then you layer in etc, etc, etc. They don't do that. They go, here's 9th edition 40k, and you fuck off great big rule book. Well, it's not, I suppose, because you can get it in chapter proof 2021. But here's your rule book, right, with all your rules in it, and here's your codex. And if you were a new player, honestly, most of you guys, especially, I mean, most of the guys in the chat are channel members, so you play a lot of 40k or know a lot about 40k, right? If you picked up a brand new codex as an experienced 40k player, you can still start Admech, right? Case in point. You can start reading through that codex and still get yourself confused as an experienced 40k player. I've done it. I've played 40k for fucking years, Luce will tell you. I've done it. I'll pick up 9th edition codexes, I'll start reading them and I'll go, wait, what? What is that? I'll have to read that again and again. And if I've got to read it 3 or 4 times to get it in my fucking head, then I'm going, why is it like this? Why is it written like this? This is too complicated. Change it. Fucking change it. Annoys me. It really annoys me. Can you tell?
I can tell.
There's a complete tangent from morale, but kind of relevant, right? Because cut the shit out. Cut the fat out that we don't need in there. It can still be a narrative game. It can still be a fun game. It can still be an engaging game. Anyway, where are we? Me and mate are getting back into playing, and it took both of us a lot of head scratching to figure out what the hell we were doing with Necrons. Different effects every turn. So the command protocols for Necrons, they're a case in point. I don't use them. I use them on stream only because chat will shout at me if I don't. And otherwise, I just don't use them. So I went to an event, I played 5 games at a tournament with Necrons, didn't use command protocols 1 game because they're bollocks, and they're a pain in the arse to remember. You need to recruit. You need the recruit edition. It's a cut down version of the rules, and you buy elite or command to learn the rest. And how much are they per box for the models that we don't want? That's the thing, John. So I get that they are other ways in which you can introduce yourself into 40k, but I find that they don't. The price point to entry with the elite recruit editions are so high that they. So what if my son decides he wants to play Tyranids? Now, I don't need Necrons or Space Marines. He wants to play Tyranids. Am I going to go buy the Recruit Edition that's got Space Marines and Necrons in it, and then buy the Elite Edition that's got more Space Marines and Necrons in it, and then buy the Command Edition that's got more Space Marines and Necrons in it? There's no benefit to do that at all. So, I'm just not... Yeah, I'm just not for that.
I have been playing 40k since 2nd ed and 9th ed and terrain rules still confuse me. Really GW.
But that so
Sort it out.
the terrain rules, fair point. The terrain rules in the new main book, right? What a fucking farce. So here's a piece of terrain. So we're going to call it a ruin. Okay, cool. And a ruin gives you the obscuring rule, the light cover rule, the dense cover rule, this rule, that rule, the scalable, the defensible.
It's a ruin.
So but a ruin doesn't give you ruin rules. A ruin says that ruin then gives you the light cover rule, the defensible rule, the scalable rule, the obscuring rule, and something else.
So it's a building.
So the obscuring rule means that if it's 5 inches or higher, then and you're the other side of it, and you can't draw a straight line 1 millimeter thick from your base to your opponent's base without passing through that ruin that's obscuring, you can't shoot them because you can't see them. Scalable means that infantry and swarm, or beasts, they can go up and down it, but vehicles and bikes, they can't go up and down it. Defensible means that if someone charges you whilst you're in your ruin, you can choose to set to defend, or you can choose to do something else. If you set to defend, you get +1 to... So you get a rule that gives you another rule that gives you another rule that then gives you a benefit. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, okay. Luce. It's fucking shit. Exactly. Exactly. Why does it do that? Why does it give you all that shit? Why can't you go, it's a ruin. So because it's a ruin, you get +1 to your armor save whilst you're in the ruin. You get +1 to your attacks characteristics if you're charged whilst you're in the ruin. And as long as you're infantry, you can move up and down it. You don't need to give you a rule that gives you another rule that gives you a +1 benefit to something else if you choose to do this. That's fucking shit. So Winters and I for ages said terrain rules need more rules to make the game, the terrain, the board more interactive, and I still stand by that. And what they did is they layer complexity, so everyone goes, what the fuck is doing this? What the...
Was that just in this latest book?
Yes, in the latest edition.
Right,
okay. Which is hard, because Winters and I were screaming for more terrain rules, but they just did it badly. They just didn't do it well.
So would
the
you
Imperium magazines do a good job so far teaching you 9th ed.
Interesting. But again, Imperium, it's a fucking expensive subscription. I know the value. So if you're into the models, if you're into the armies that are in Imperium, the value actually is very, very good over the course of that subscription. You end up with a lot more models worth than you've paid. But what gets me is if you're not a Necron or an Imperial player, you're fucked. If you want to learn Tyranids, if you want to come into the game and play Tyranids, Imperium is a great way to learn 40k. But you only get Space Marines or Necrons, or both. You can't do that with Tyranids. So they're then cutting a chunk of the market out who want to come and play Eldar or Orcs or Tyranids. Yeah, fuck you. You got to play Space Marines or Necrons.
Activations. Please God. Lol.
That's another thing that needs to be fixed as well. And they've done it in so many other... And not the fucking janky AOS double turn nonsense. That's stupid. Alternate activations. Battletech has it. No, Battletech doesn't have it. Star Wars Legion has it. Bolt Action has it. Much better game for it. By far.
Is there a rule book for a type of terrain? Would that make it easier? You can only have maybe 5 types of terrain on your battle mat. So if you have, I don't know, castle ruins, you can only use... Do
you know what we're going to do?
Kinds of ruins.
We're going to start a new series, I reckon.
You and Jamie?
No, me and you, I reckon.
Oh, us two.
We're going to do read-along rules, right? And what we're going to do is each stream will pick like 2 pages of rules.
Okay.
So like the movement phase or whatever.
Okay.
And I'll give you the rule book.
Can I have a thesaurus as well, please?
You'll have me.
Okay.
So you can have the rule book.
Okay.
And you can read the rule, the page, and we'll have to talk through what it means. And we'll see throughout the course of the series of videos how fucking many times I'm going to have to explain what those rules mean.
So does that mean we're starting the stream at 7 then?
No, we won't replace maybe we could replace the Monday night streams. What do you think, chat? Would that be a great series of Monday night streams to do, one after the other?
Is James putting them both to bed?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
James is doing pyjamas, teeth, toilet and bed all by himself. So we're going to have to give him pocket money now.
So yeah, maybe we could do that.
Right.
Should we do that? I think it'd be a good series, actually, to be honest with you. I think that'd be an interesting series to do because we talk about the rules quite a lot, and I always say they're too complicated. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Lucy's going to sit here and read the rules for the next, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks, and just go, Liam, what the fuck are you talking about? I understand what's going on. I bet you don't, but... And that's got nothing to do with it being you.
Will I have like a whiteboard and I can do like stick men and...
We've got a whiteboard up there.
Yeah, we're not allowed to look at those.
No, but we can use them for the stream. I just won't put the camera at the whiteboard, and if I do, I'll make sure it's out of focus. We can't show all that.
Not the bit that's got the 2 arrows.
Battletech somewhat has it, but damages Simo. But alternating activations fixes the first turn annihilation problem too. And it benefits positioning.
And at the SoCal Open this last weekend, final, top table, 2 players, final of the SoCal Open, major event in America, conceded in turn 1. Got first turn, fucking alpha striked and conceded. If that doesn't tell you that 40k's fucked, what does? But that's a good series. I want to do that series.
What series is that?
I want to do the Loose Learns 40k series.
Oh no, we're not calling it that.
We're not going to call it that, no.
No. Idiot's Guide to Warhammer. Or...
We could do the Idiot's Guide, and we could do, we could do that. I'll break the rulebook down, and we'll go, section 1 will be movement phase, and section 2 can be whatever the next part of the rulebook is, and we'll go through it. That's a great idea.
Right.
I like that idea.
Okay, do I need to hire a babysitter to actually do the bedtime routine?
Mordian 5-7, something that protects your awesome centerpiece model from being blasted off the table. Turn 1 would be nice. I agree. No, we don't need to hire a babysitter. We'll be fine.
Actually, Emmy's been coasting along for like 8 years now.
We can do a couple of pages in 90 minutes. It's bad enough that I'm thinking a couple of pages will take 90 minutes. We're not going to do the whole rulebook in one stream.
Okay.
Pocket money fund.
Dave, thank you. Fucking hero. Thank you so much.
Do you know what? Really adorable story. James wants a Nintendo Switch, and
He
they're
does want a
like
Nintendo Switch.
£300,
Yes.
and I just cannot spend that kind of
can't.
money on.
Not when I'm leaving my job.
Yeah, no, even if you were staying, I think I'd still be like, that's so much money on one thing that the second the 2 sides go on, you can't really share it. So he asked last Christmas, he asked Santa for a money tin, and he got £5 for his birthday because he's a January baby. And I said, what do you want to spend your £5 on? He said, oh no, Mum, this is going straight in the tin for the Switch fund. And when I said to him, it's £300, he was like, yeah, I'll get there. Oh my God. I love him so much.
He's adorable, isn't he? Yeah, well, he's not getting a Switch anyway. They're expensive and we don't have the money. So.
No.
I think it would just end up being a weekly negative stream. No, it wouldn't be negative. I think people could learn from it because I'd sit here and explain it to you. I think you'd ask... This is going to sound awful, Luce. I think you'd ask the questions that some people want to ask but won't, Does that make sense? Did you follow me?
I reckon I'm going to ask the questions that is the thing you've just spent 10 minutes talking to me about. And I'll go, what's that? And you'll go, that's literally what I've been saying for the last 10 minutes. Can you please listen?
Oh, brilliant. Wayne says, get him a Switch. Unless you're super chatting 300 quid, mate, you've got a fuck all chance. The new kill team has got some good alternating activation rules. You activate a model and do all the model can do. Each model has a number of actions, typically 2. Each action can only be done once unless some rule says otherwise. So Battlefront's similar to that. Star Wars Battlefront is very similar to that. So each unit typically can do 2 actions. You can't do any action twice unless it's the movement action. You can do the movement action twice. But anything else you do, you can only do once. So you pick to move and then shoot, or shoot and then take cover, or whatever it might be. That's quite a cool system. The Legion system does look really good. Servitor, celebrating being a Hasib for 3 months. Good idea. Reckon I might finally learn the rules. Wayne says, I'm so grateful to have a
Another
well-paid
major
job.
conceded in turn 1. GW need to accept that they need to put the rule in stopping conceding till turn 3 in a major final. Fixed.
Just that fixes it, yeah. That's what happens. So you can't concede till turn 3, but you don't activate in turn 2 or 3 because you've got no fucking models left. Yeah, Wayne, I also had a well-paid job, and then I decided I'd come and talk to you lot for a living instead.
I don't even necessarily think it's about having a well-paid job so you can just buy a Switch, because they're both such good little boys that they don't want for anything.
Switch fund. They are awesome. When you need your TV back, they take it away with them.
I always need my TV back as well. But you can't, if you put it into the little Switch console, you can't play 2-player, can you? I think, is that right? You have to play 1 player then.
Yeah.
So we'd have to buy fucking 2 of the things.
And there's a 4.5-year age gap, so sometimes you can really see the age gap.
Do a dedicated stream for a Switch. I'll donate something. I'm not fucking telling James that. We'll have to sit him here.
No, he's pretty good. We saved up and got iPads for home ed so he can learn on the go, and iPads do so much more than Switches do. So that's the compromise. He doesn't need a Switch. He was just adorable with his £5.
He is adorable.
He's bloody adorable.
I don't know how the hell I'm going to teach him 40k, honestly.
Slowly.
Stop making players burn CPs to reserve while giving free Alpha Strike to powerful armor. Don't, please. Stop. I know. So they did... There's some things they've done over times where they've realised Alpha Strike's an issue, right? We had prepared positions in 8th edition. They brought that out as a new stratagem. And I just don't understand how they can't see that there is still an Alpha Strike issue in 9th. It's better in certain matchups, it's better. It's better because terrain's better, and then you give an Orc clan culture, I think it is, with the specific planes, the ability to completely ignore all the terrain rules. Well, then you undo all the hard work you did.
Switch fund.
I am not committing Stephen or any of the previous people who have donated for the Switch fund to actually buying him a Switch. Although, if it gets there, maybe. So they did all this work with the terrain to get it to a point where they would protect armies. They give you -1 to hit if you fire through dense cover. You get +1 save in light cover, etc., etc., etc. And then they give you an Orc faction the ability to ignore cover completely. There's an Eldar Craftworld attribute where if you go custom Craftworld, you can completely ignore cover. So you undo all that hard work. Sometimes I feel like they just don't even know their own fucking game. Honestly, it's embarrassing, really. But we can fix it, maybe in time. You can play up to 4-player in any mode depending on the game. Don't tell me that. Now they're all talking about Switches. We've stopped talking about 40k. Now we're talking about Switches. Sit James there crying until he gets enough for a Switch. It's 15 minutes at the most.
You know,
I'll just keep pinching under his leg as well, off camera. He just keeps screaming, Steve, as well. I fucking cry. Fucking make me some money. No, I'm joking.
Is that where my tweezers have gone?
Yeah, fucking super chat's going. Yeah. I'm not doing that, honestly. Christmas is coming. The goose is not going to get fat in this house, Vex, honestly. Did you see what Starry's put in Discord about % wins for taking the first turn versus second turns? I have seen that, yes, and it's fucking mental, isn't it? Go on, what are you going to say?
I was going to say Santa doesn't do computer games.
Santa doesn't do computer games in this house.
That's the parents that do.
If we were to succumb and buy him said Switch, it would very much be a parental purchase rather than Santa doesn't reward with computer games, does he?
No, we've seen too many kids getting upset.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, although I did hear of a 6-year-old that has their own mobile phone in Morrison's today.
Yep. Don't tell them that. Half of them will be straight on Google now. Hey. Switches are great. They aren't always right for a young child. There's a lot of tech out there that's not right for a young child, unfortunately. I'm going to go off on a wild fucking tangent right now. Right?
Okay, I should get a bell, like ding the bell.
But this is relevant because we're on YouTube right now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is old school, proper wild tangent. James is a 8-year-old who loves YouTube. I don't know how many 8-year-olds who don't love YouTube, to be fair.
Yeah.
Right. But he watches other kids play games on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I often think, just play the game.
Have my money. Please don't hurt the kids.
I'm not making any promises. But so he watches, so as an 8-year-old, he watches other kids play, for example, play Minecraft. And I'm like, play fucking Minecraft. It's right there on the computer.
Yeah, I think it's
I'm conscious that I'm talking to an audience of people that watch me play 40k.
Yeah.
And I could say, fuck off and play 40k, and I don't want you to do that. I want you to keep watching the channel, clearly, obviously, right? But So he watches his kids play games. That's not the problem. That's fine. I get it. I watch Winters play 40k, and I was watching play 40k earlier, so I get it, right?
Did you never just sit with Brom and watch him play like?
Do a stream earlier with him to teach him 40k. Make the super chats 50/50ths with him. This is half for his tin. Whatever he wants to use it to.
Not sure. I don't think I'd put him on stream that frequently.
No.
I think that's fair to him at 8. Although I love the idea, Adrian. Genuinely love the idea. He could earn his money on stream, but I think that might be classed as child labour. Possibly. So anyway, I watch people play 40k, so I'm not against him watching kids play games. That's fine, I get that. But I was of the impression, at least, that these kid shows, these kid YouTubers, and they are children on YouTube playing YouTube games, would be playing things that were age appropriate. 9-10-year-olds on YouTube playing games, I'd expect them to be playing games that are age appropriate for 9-10-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
There's this game we came across, which is I'm not going to tell you the game name, but fucking Jesus Christ, how on earth are people allowing kids to play that game?
I have to remind myself that YouTube isn't a British thing, so there's rules and laws about what goes on television in front of children in this country, and that YouTube is a global thing, and I'm sure on some level they care what they're broadcasting, but it's so big now you can't police it.
Yeah, you can't police it. It's impossible to police. Welcome to the channel Born to Lose, Live to Win. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Don't forget to get yourself in Discord.
My kids can have a mobile same age. I got my first one. 24.
Yeah. I don't think we'll make him wait till he's 24, but he's definitely not having one as a child.
I want to try and get him to hang on until he can get a Saturday job.
The game,
so
right? So
he has to pay for his own contract.
the game is called. The game name itself is fucking creepy. If you're an adult, you'll know why it's creepy. Clearly, the game itself is called Who's Your Daddy? That's weird straight away as a title, right? Mm-hmm. And the idea of this game is one player plays as the baby of the house, one player plays as the parent, daddy, and the baby's goal in this game is to kill himself. That's...
I'm going to start a channel where other people watch me watch other people play. My commentary on their commentary. Profit.
Pure profit.
Gonna call it Inception.
Absolute pure profit, Dan. Absolute fucking...
Here's the rest of the Switch fund. Got one for my kid. They are great as an educational tool
what's this
too.
number?
Also 999
Have you not seen the super
undecillion,
chat, have you?
999 decillion,
Oh my
999
God.
nonillion, 999 octillion, 999 septillion, 999...
No, she stopped again.
She stopped.
She can't
The end
count
stuff.
that high.
Oh, okay. For that, we'll have to buy him a Switch now.
That is so kind.
You fucking legend. Thank you so much.
Who's done that? I missed the name.
You need to message me on Discord or something so that I can get my son to write you a thank you letter, because you've basically bought him the console that he's been on about for 2 years.
He's literally waited for 2 Christmases, and there's no tantrums, there's no tears. There's me saying, Jim Jam, Santa doesn't do computer games.
You're amazing.
That's
Thank you, man. What a hero. Reach out so I can say thank you some way, because that's incredible. I'll buy you a t-shirt and all sorts. Fucking legend. Thank you so much.
We have a couple of spare kidneys if you need them.
Yeah. I don't know. After all the mead, mine might be fucked.
Not yours.
Yeah. What a legend. Thank you so much. Make sure you reach out. I want to be able to say thank you to you some way. That's incredible. I don't really know how to follow that. I don't really want to go back talking about Who's Your Daddy again as a game.
No.
Because that's it. So the idea, like I said, the idea is one person plays as the baby, one person plays as the parent, and the baby's goal is to kill itself. And there's other things that happen. Google it. Look on the comments on things like the Steam community. It's fucking horrendous.
There's stuff that you can do on that game that is computerized child pornography.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no other way to describe it, and I don't understand, number one, how a game like that even made it off the storyboarding idea, and then to actually become a product that innocent kids don't understand what they're watching and what they're playing, and stuff like that changes children's brains.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's that was
Starting
a bit like,
the GTX 3090 fund for you, Liam.
Don't start more funds. Honestly, you fucking guys are incredible. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Scrivo says, I'll do the chapel portrait of you. So, Dean, if you get in touch, get us a portrait picture of yourself and tell us your favourite faction, and we'll get a portrait done like the one that's for the channel logo. I don't know what else I don't know what else I can do apart from James is gonna have to write a thank you letter. He's gonna have to get good at spelling.
His handwriting and spelling is adorable.
Well,
it's definitely phonetic.
yeah. Well, you know, sometimes you got to look at the teacher.
How dare you?
It's a Billington Bob. It's
There.
called Who's Your Daddy. There's a sequel called Who's Your Granny as well. It's a fucking Google. Honestly, people Google it. It's a horrific game,
Yeah.
and it shouldn't be allowed to exist. Let alone streamers allowing their kids to, or parents allowing their children's streamers to stream. Fucking horrific game.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrific.
And that's when I go, can we talk again about the original Nintendo box with Mario that jumps like the Running Man pose? Can we just talk about it again, James? Because I really think we can do something with this.
Fucking horrendous, honestly. Absolutely horrendous. I don't really know what to say after that donation from Dan. I'm a bit lost now.
I wondered why it was red.
Because it's fucking monumental amount. He did say it's a great educational tool too, which is interesting. So it looks like there might be some. You can start looking at some educational games as well. To be fair,
he's
as well.
definitely going to know it's from you because Santa does not do computer games, so he will know it's from what's their. We'll need to get like a real name and stuff so he can actually write a letter. And
I'll set off one of those legendary Liam Rim jobs. We'll call it even. I mean,
that's
fine.
also on Who's Your Daddy.
So-
So.
Yeah, fine. Okay, that's what it takes. I won't even charge you extra for lip gloss. Boulder Sands late to the party. Sorry, my friends and me. I just ignore the morale phase. It's not fun. It adds nothing to the game, but makes it last longer. Agree. So it's kind of what we are. I mean, we've gone up. Interestingly though, the poll: keep 52, remove 48. So that more people say keep than remove. I guess most people that want to keep it probably want it changed though, which is interesting. But good numbers on the poll as well. So amazing. The other stuff is a legend and get them Pokemon. He is Big Bad Peter Gaming. He absolutely is a legend. What a fucking hero. Meanwhile, what you keep talking about, the game starts trending and becomes. I don't think the 145 people watching this 40k stream are all going to go start watching that game. It's disgusting. Google it and fucking. I don't know how we shut that thing down. It's horrific. We can't really, but
That's what I tried to say to him because he came downstairs and I said, absolutely not. You're not watching that. There's no way. And he started to cry and I said, you've not done anything wrong. If anything, you've done the best thing by coming and telling us that that's on telly. But we need you to be the big boy you are and turn over because we could shut that game down if enough people did. And next week there will be another one called Who's Your Auntie or Who's Your Dog or...
The thing that this is one of the things we spoke about this a lot, right? Being a parent in the modern age is fucking hard work because you have to be aware of it. I had no idea what it was. So the only reason why we stumbled across it, so James was restricted. Our eldest was restricted as to the YouTubers he was allowed to watch because of language and innuendo and stuff that we've seen in other channels.
Stuff.
So we'd given him a list of people that we were happy for him to watch on YouTube. Because they don't say the word, like they don't say things like cunt. So we gave him this list of people to watch, and I was upstairs ironing like a great house husband.
You're pretty good.
Yeah, and he'd put this one of
How
his YouTubers
many are
on.
we off the member goal?
Well, it's 250. If you look, Steve, in the top corner it says 250, and then it currently says 215. So if you start using your fingers, you count back from 250 to 215. Okay. 35. No, 34, because Pip's just become a member. Fucking legend. What a hero. Thank you so much. So anyway, I was up there doing like a good house husband, doing the ironing. And I was watching this, he was watching this YouTube, and the next thing, as I look up, this granny comes ploughing into the room and boots this baby across the room.
It's not funny.
It wasn't funny, and I said to my eldest, what's this? And so he started to explain it to me. And then we just scratched the surface at that point. We started digging a little bit deeper and found that this thing is all over YouTube. All over YouTube and all over these streamers. They're all playing it because everybody's fucking watching it, and they're all watching it because it's sick and disgusting humour. So we made some very quick rules, didn't we? And that game got banned rapidly.
Yeah.
Someone has said, however, who's your auntie? I'm up for that game.
She might not be the cool early 20s auntie.
Space
she
Marine
might
says
be
he's-
actually like Cruella de Vil.
He's got 34 fingers. Well, he is up north. He is up north. So, you know. Right, stream gallery time almost.
Oh wow.
you guys are fucking incredible. All of you are amazing, but none of you are quite as good as DN stuff. What a fucking hero. Thank you so much, man. My eldest is going to be fucking... You have no idea how made up he's going to be with the fact that he's going to get himself a Switch at some point in the near future.
Is he sharing it with Ben?
Well, yeah, they're going to have to. You have to share it.
Good.
So you have made one boy one very happy boy this Christmas. So
I don't know what to do with that.
no, neither do I. I'm a bit lost, and I'm not normally lost for words.
It makes me half uncomfortable and half so very grateful.
This community is incredible. I'm very proud of the community we're building. I'm very proud of the community we've got with EasyTV. I'm incredibly proud of the community we got for the Great Hall, which we're about to show off now as well. You guys are amazing. So thank you so much for all the super chats, for all the memberships. I didn't think, when Winters and I started DZTV 3.5 years ago, we talked about the dream being that perhaps one day we'd both be able to go full time with it, and I didn't actually necessarily think that we would. I didn't think that we'd get there. I think we both thought that we would be able to maybe make some money off of it and perhaps entertain people at the same time, and etc. And perhaps we could get some pocket money that would pay for the hobby, because the hobby's expensive, right? You guys all know that anyway. I don't think we ever thought that we would get to a place where we would both be able to do it full time. So the fact that I'm trying to give more back to the community, and then when I do that, I just get more of this amazing support from you guys. I sometimes struggle with it, to be honest with you. I sometimes struggle with words, and when people donate that kind of amount, I massively struggle with words. It's fucking incredible. Absolutely incredible. Talk says, buy him a Switch and put a light switch in the box and watch his reaction. Then give him the real thing. Talk, you're such a bell end. I love it. Ernesto celebrated being a member for 2 months. Dr. Kawashima's Brain Training and Mathland are great educational games for the Switch.
Do you know?
Sid Meier's Civilization is great to learn about history. I've heard about that as well. Go on.
We did Bob Mass with Inversities today, and he ate that up. So we might need some
If you
of those
reprobates
maths
get to the
genius
member
games.
goal, I'll sort out the same again as DN stuff in games and controllers for T-Switch. Up to you lot. No time limit.
That's a very kind, generous offer, Steve. Don't think we've got 34 non-members watching though right now. But thank you, you hero. Oh, you've just gained one member for it, so get our fucking wallet out, clearly. Overboard DM, welcome to the channel. As I sculled as well, you absolute fucking hero. Thank you so much, you legend. Born to lose, live to win. Sorry to ask this question again, but need help understanding Crusade rules 40k. Can I use different factions in the same army, i.e. Imperial Guard and Space Marine, as both use Imperial keyword? Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can. But there's different rules.
You could do a stream or several streams about raising kids in this hobby. We are waiting for our newborn twins on the 3rd of November. So pointers.
Twins.
So the whole...
I told you your behavior needs to be encouraged.
Thank you, Christian. I guess it does, yeah.
So the whole pointers on Parenthood, we're actually still winging it.
We are massively winging it. Just be fucking aware. Scrivo, welcome to the channel, you fucking legend. Everyone who's becoming members, ! Member in the chat. No, I lied to you, ! Discord in the chat to come and join Discord. Steve Smith has just celebrated being a member for 3 months. You guys are amazing and I'll keep supporting you. Thank you so much, Steve, you absolute legend. As a Jarl for 3 months as well, hero. So guys, get yourself a Discord. Make sure you do link your YouTube account to your Discord account so Discord doesn't boot you out. Because it's set that if someone tries to sneak in who's not a member and they exit Discord, it'll just boot you straight back out again. So make sure you link it. And if you have problems, get hold of one of the seers. I think anyone can. I think anyone can at the seers possibly, but they're guys in yellow. Get hold of one of those people, and they'll tell you what to do to make sure you link it properly. Boulder Sands, welcome to this. Is fucking going mental now. I was about to show everyone's models off. We might have to skip that tonight at this rate. Welcome to the channel, Ginger Steve. You sweating yet? 31 members to go. You sweating yet? Man, 31's probably quite a big number. You're probably quite safe for now. 4 days to go as well. Look. Mind you, you said no time limit, so... Mikey Lee, welcome to the channel. 2 quid, honestly, as well, actually, to be honest with you, I mean, you're in Discord as well, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 quid to access that wonderful community of people and how often they hang out in the chat and stuff. It's probably worth it.
Yeah.
There you go. There's Luce's selling pitch. Fucking hell.
It's a really, really wonderful community, but because I don't Warhammer, well, I guess I do, I did my Space Marines, I don't utilise the Discord to its maximum uses, and I still think £2 is, you could probably double that and people would still see huge value in it. Don't double it though.
Well, there is an option to pay higher. There's lots of options to pay higher. The reason why I want to make sure I keep the lowest option available is simply because Reza, welcome. Oh no, not welcome. Membership for 5 months. It's such a nice and heartwarming to see the community in action. Sometimes love to all. Love to you too. Don't forget to check out Conclave Podcast. Reza's part of the Conclave Podcast on YouTube, and it's amazing. What was I saying? So I don't want to put the value above £2 ever, because I also want people to subscribe to DZTV. Makes me sound greedy, but DZTV gives them better value.
Yeah.
They pay £6 for DZTV, which is more, but you get access to all that content and the DZ Discord as well.
Yeah.
Alex Randall, welcome to the channel. Fucking hell, Steve. I guess people are out there recruiting right now, are they? Welcome to the channel as a Scald member as well. You fucking hero. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Dave Baylor says he's still winging it and is 14.
Yep, see?
It's that. To be fair, Adrian, it's a dangerous fucking world. I think in general, it's a dangerous world online for adults as well as for children. To be fair, you know, you have to be very careful what you click and what you do and all that kind of stuff nowadays, because everyone wants to fucking scam you all the time. Fucking hell. You didn't need to. Well, now you can definitely message me on Discord, but thank you for becoming a member as well, you hero. What do we do for him?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
I'm going to have to take topless photos. Aren't I?
Poor Bromley.
Anthony Platt, welcome to the channel, you fucking legend.
I want to say, here, have our youngest baby.
Yeah.
His eyes are even bigger and bluer than the first one.
Here, take my car keys. Probably not worth the trade-off. I think if people realised I could super chat for my car, they probably would have done it that much earlier. But yeah, so I wanted to keep the value low, and I want to keep the entry point low, because DZTV is the thing that supports me and Winters, and DZTV is incredible, and you guys get loads of value for DZTV. We can show you DZTV in a second. All the channel, all the videos and stuff. If you guys want to have a look at it, just let me know if you want to have a look at it. So that's why it was key for me to keep it at £2. But I actually think that at £2 it's incredible value, because the Discord's amazing. It's just full of amazing people, and you know, typically I stream with Vanguard Tactics on Tuesdays. Normally, not this week, but normally I stream with them on Tuesdays. I stream now in my studio on Wednesdays, and you sit in there and hang out with the people.
Yep.
And you sit there and chat with. I mean, we finished the beer and banter stream on Friday at fucking 11:30. There was 14 people in the live chat.
Yeah.
Pissed.
All aboard
Chatting
the member
nonsense. All aboard the member train. Absolutely, Umbra. Thank you so much. Mikey Lee, I'm a DZTV sub too. Started back in the hobby last month. It was you guys that helped me get back involved. I'm sorry to your bank manager. And wife, Mrs., boyfriend, whichever. I'm sorry to all of those people. Get to the 230 and I'll do it. Balls to this. They need games and Santa is all out apparently. Crying smiley face. Oh, she's going to read that out anyway. I'll let her read it out for you. Fucking hell, Ginger Steve. So he's just moved the goalposts. If there's 230 members by the end of the night, he'll match DN Stuff's donation.
Get to the 230 and I'll do it. Balls to this, they need games and Santa is all out apparently. Crying smiley face lols.
I like that you wrote crying smiley face.
Is that Ginger Steve actually Elon Musk at this point thinking face?
Elon Musk has got nothing on Ginger Steve.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just makes his shitty cars. Bottomless photos. We can do bottomless photos, Wayne. That's fine. I am not adverse to playing cock or ball. You don't like it, though.
No, I'm all done with the goat and the bat and whatever else there is. I'm all done, thank you. I'm set.
Yeah.
I've seen enough.
Sorry. Choo Choo member. Oh, I keep reading it out. I'm getting excited now reading it out before she reads it
Choo
out.
choo. Member train.
I like that you actually had to write it as Choo Choo. Amazing. I need to go to the toilet. I'm just going to sit here now until we get to 230 for Ginger Steve. But I need to go to the toilet. You going to sit and talk to him?
I'll try.
Yeah. Right. I'll be back, team. Otherwise, they're going to watch me wet myself on screen.
Wow.
No one needs to see that.
Well, they might pay for that. That's the members. No wait, OnlyFans.
Members only screen. Yeah.
Members only OnlyFans. Oh, I actually don't know what to do with that 250. That's so kind. And it's not that Santa's out. It's just that there's too many kids that get all upset. And it's Christmas. No one should be upset. Oh, put Lucy on. I am on. Oh, Minkster, I saw your video actually. He did me a video of Christmasifying a Space Marine, and he did the chainsaw was a candy cane. That was pretty cool actually. Like the great Arnie once said, I'll be back. Yes, he will. Press some buttons. Well, there is... No, he's abbreviated most of them. No, I'll get killed. So, yeah, so it's not that Santa's all out of video games, it's just, it's not nice. Kids don't need to be upset. And it's been a really shit couple of years, so just try and keep it realistic. Wife and 1 year old. Yeah, my dad made a comment about how expensive it used to be for him when I was a kid. Ah, was it your dad that got you into it? That's really cool. How are your Xmas Marines doing? They're finished. They're all done. I'm actually going to wait for payday and buy, I think it's called a Ronan house. It's the Lord of the Rings. Is it the Lord of the Rings stuff? The Ronan house that I found. No, it was called something else. That house that I'm going to make into a gingerbread house, or like a Middle-earth, that's it. It's a Middle-earth one. So I'm going to paint that. I might make it into a gingerbread house. That'd be quite cool. She's not Winters. No, he's slightly better looking than me, so I'm very sorry. Inquisitive X, have you moved on from your Xmas Marines now? Yes, I have. I didn't really... I wasn't a fan, was I?
You did nothing but complain.
I know, they're just not exciting. I wasn't into it. I thought I would be because it's something to paint, and it did teach me some core skills, but not very exciting, are they? I don't think so anyway. I'm going to go for a gingerbread house. Ronan house, that's it. No, Rohan. Rohan house.
Yeah.
Ronan.
Did you get any more members?
No.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
Sorry. I'll put topless Brom here. That'll get members.
These moves.
Are you making tea?
No, I'll put the kettle on. I'll give you my chair back though.
Oh, shall I make tea?
Yeah, that's a good idea. You don't have to though, we can make tea afterwards.
Oh, okay.
I'm back, team. Is he peeling the door open? No. I didn't think it was going to stop though. 7 more members. Umber, I don't know if there's anyone left who can become a member, mate. Unless you all purposefully now go out and find people who you know aren't members just to fucking see Ginger Steve off, I don't think we're going to get there. But Steve, I appreciate I genuinely appreciate the sentiment as well. I like genuinely. This t-shirt, Vex's t-shirt is from the Warhammer merch store. So I can't claim the
House fund since she hasn't gotten a lamp.
She doesn't want a lamp. Holy fire. I was going to buy her a lamp. She doesn't want a lamp. Do you want a lamp?
No, thank you.
See? I try. Just grabbing guys off the street. You should, yeah. Just get your fucking missuses to survive, etc. Big Bad Peter Gaming, he's listened. He's become a member. Mystic has listened. Fucking hell, they're going for it now, Ginger Steve. Panic. 2 more in quick succession.
Ooh.
Put Lucy back on. We don't use Liam. That's not very nice, is it? Thanks, Liam and Russ. I appreciate it.
How does...
Lucy, how does a new father keep a little time for hobby without pissing his wife off?
Well, there's a wonderful thing called hormones that, unfortunately, you breathe in the wrong direction. You might piss her off for a little bit. The sleep deprivation won't help. Just don't hobby for a little bit.
It's, yeah, so I didn't do that though, did I, right?
What, the hobby in?
Castle Kun, welcome to the channel as a member, you fucking hero. So no, what we did with, I mean, you might have your hands full here, to be honest with you, Adrian, because you've got fucking, you've got twins. But what we did is we split the shifts up, right? So Luce would go to bed relatively early. Actually, this is interesting. This is how YouTube was born for me as a thing. This is how I started on YouTube. So Luce would go to bed relatively early in the evenings, and I do the late shift. I'm a late to bed, late to rise person. Luce used to be the opposite. Used to be early to bed, early to rise. And what I used to do was I used to go to bed at 2-ish, 3-ish, because he would feed about 1, right?
Who, Ben?
Yeah. I think he fed at 1 and 5, if I remember rightly.
He was between 1 and 3, and then 5:30 on the nose.
So he used to feed about 1. So what I used to do is, like, Lucy used to go to bed at like 8, 9 o'clock in the evening. I'd get him a feed on, get him to sleep downstairs in his little like basket thing, his Moses basket, and then I would sit there and I would do hobby, or I'd record videos and edit whilst he's sleeping, because I was there anyway. So if he did wake up, which he did frequently during fucking videos as well, I'd have to stop and sort him out and make sure he's okay, and then what's this one? Another member, Jordan Testo, Steve, fucking through the guys, go Steve. So I used to have to stop videos, settle him down, all that kind of stuff, make sure he was okay, feed, change, etc., get him back off to sleep. And I would also use that time to do hobby. So I used to take the late shift, and then in the mornings, when he would wake up at 5 for his first feed, Luce Blesser would get up and leave me to sleep. So we would tag team it, and that worked for us, right?
Well, I think you ended up going to bed at about, because he was a 45-minute feed. Like, he was brilliant. You could get a bottle in him, wind him, settle down. You could walk away from the Moses basket with him kind of still awake, and he would soothe himself. He was an absolute dream. Yeah.
Inquisitive X. Here, Nan, there's this guy on YouTube. Do something for me. Amazing. Amazing. Christian Dodson, thanks so much. Welcome to the channel. You fucking lot are incredible. Christian says, got you one. Jordan says, yeah, they remember a DTT and Valrak, so may as well help out. I mean, of all of those things, you let yourself down at the end there with Valrak, but I'll forgive you.
There aren't 4 people who want me to spend money.
There are many people who want you to spend money. There's 2 left, Ginger Steve, that's it. 2 left.
I am a bad dad. I slept through every night feed.
So I used to sleep through night feeds, and Lucy used to think I was lying.
Yep, and then I threw a slipper at his face to prove that he was fake sleeping. And then he went, because I woke him up with a slipper in his face.
Datsun Des has just made an account for his dog, and Datsun Des's dog has just become a member. That's fucking incredible. That's amazing. And Mark Pollard as well. You lot. Ginger Steve, it's done. It's done. That's 2 switches now. Fucking Jesus Christ. These kids, honestly, spoilt bastards.
They will know the value of what they have.
Yes. They will Ginger Steve and Den stuff, we will get you calendars made up of the kids naked. If that's what you wanted. That's what you wanted?
They'll have to lick us roared with tongues.
I love the 4 Yorkshiremen. Honestly. Fucking mental bastards. Should we do stream models whilst Ginger Steve starts crying as he puts his card details in? Should we do some stream models? Do people want to see stream models tonight, or did no one give a fuck? Tell me.
No, we'll see. We do it every Monday. Let's see.
You want this in YouTube or in real life? I mean, it's up to you, Steve.
Do you want this on YouTube or in real life?
YouTube takes 30%, so it's up to you. Can we get to 250 members tonight? There's 20 to go, Minx. We struggled with the last fucking 2, mate.
Everyone's going to bed now. You can't just pull people off the street.
Well, apparently, according to Vex, you can. You can pull people off the street and get his nan involved.
Well, actually, it is actually last orders.
Wayne Caitlin, I got a slipper in the face during one night feed. My wife's foot was still in it. Nearly broke my nose. That's incredible. You fucking hero. Oh, you lot. Honestly, I don't know what to say.
Seem to be the weapon of choice for sleep-deprived mothers.
I don't think we're going to get to the 250 by the end of October. But there is a considerable number of members that are higher than the Hesir tier as well, so I think we'll be okay. I think we're probably going to get to a point when I leave my job in December that I won't have to go back straight away.
And we're now multi-species. We have a dog in there now.
We have Datsun Des's dog as a member.
Yeah.
Datsun Des did say, what makes you think it was me? I mean, if he can If he can tap in his password, I'm impressed.
Must be a border collie.
Real life is my option, so I'm willing to transfer. You're a fucking legend, Steve. Thank you. Screw YouTube. A lot of people saying hero, absolute hero. Did someone say last orders, Ali Reed? They did.
Yes, there will be a whole wave of people crawling home from the pub, probably not spent the money they wanted to spend, and we can just welcome them in and say, "Come and sign up."
Do you know what? Do you know what Friday is as well?
Is there like a
Friday? This Friday is the last Friday of the month.
Members Day?
So last Friday of the month. This Friday is the last Friday of the month. Is the members only stream, so anybody can watch, but only members can comment on the last Friday of the month. So now all of you wonderful people that have just become members, you'll all get to comment on Friday's stream now because you've all got green names. Apart from you, Ali, and you, Wayne. Unfortunately, you won't be able to. I'm thinking both you DZTV subs, so I'm not going to complain because you're heroes if you are. But you'll all be able to comment now on the last Friday of the month stream, which is exciting, right? Wayne, Caitlin, what was your day job? I'm in senior management for Rolls-Royce, managing diesel engine series that is fitted to trains across the whole of the UK. That was my job. Well, it currently still is my job until December. On loose joke day, that's what it is. Yeah, on the 17th of December, I no longer do that job anymore, and I then entertain you lot for a living. So, Nate, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for becoming a member. All you guys who have just become members, don't forget !Discord in the chat. Get yourself in the members only Discord. I might even jump in the chat straight after this just to say thank you to everybody because it's fucking mind-blowingly amazing. There is stream sections in there. There's Hangouts. There's Tabletop Simulator leagues. There's fucking all kinds. So,
Do you know, speaking of joke day, James told me a really, really unfunny joke.
That's a Des's dog has just said woof. Go on, what was James's really unfunny joke?
Okay.
Don't, because I want their money back.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know this. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Because the green man was beeping and it was safe to do so.
Okay.
Yes, James, well done. That's a very good way to cross the road. Well done, you.
Wayne, I'd have to support all of you if I supported one of you. We don't. We can be our little secret. But I get it, mate, as well. Honestly, don't. I'm so grateful for all of it anyway that I'm never going to criticise anyone who isn't a member. And there's a lot of joking. Varak does this as well. There's a lot of joking with people, right? When we go, become a member. That's not... we say it because it works, right? We get 231 members. But honestly, I'm just grateful for anyone. So you're all amazing anyway. Stranger come knocking out, but how's the Wolves coming along? I'm currently at an impasse, chat. I'm currently at an impasse with the Wolves. I'm going to go one of two directions. Do I paint them myself or send them to Den of Imagination to paint up? What do I do?
How soon do you need them?
I don't need them anytime soon at all.
Then have a go yourself.
So I really want to paint them myself because I like to paint my own
Don't
models.
forget to tell Umbra to not wake you at 6:30.
So I like the idea of painting them myself, but they will take longer if I do them myself. I say they'll take longer. This could be significantly different in a couple of months when I'm full time. My output should significantly increase. So
Can you stop picking your nose on stream?
it's something up it. I need to get rid of it. I'm just gonna flick it at the camera in a minute, and that'll be the way we end. But hey. Paint yourself. How many are there? There's not loads, Vex. There's maybe 50 models max. So I think it wouldn't take me horrendously long amounts of time if I did this. So currently what I'm doing is I'm building and painting Custodes. I say building, they're basically built. Although today my Custodes army is 16 models that I'm building for an event in November, and I decided I was going to do a custom basing scheme on my own. So I ordered. Where are they? I ordered bricks, right? And I mean literally little plastic grey bricks. What I didn't realise is they don't come weathered, so I had to weather them myself, so that I could make things like that.
It's so cool. It looks very sort of 1920s on the floor.
It's taken me fucking ages to do that. So I ordered I ordered 800 bricks. I based one custodian jet bike and one dreadnought, and I used a whole bag. So I've just tonight ordered another 1,000 bricks. Fucking effort. But 60 models. Once they're done, I'm going to move on to painting the Space Wolves, or I'll paint something else and send the Space Wolves to Den. I won't send them half and half, because if I send them half and half, they will look different, because Den are a much higher standard than me. I also need to paint Gaz as well. Let's not forget that I promised Instagram that I'd paint Gaz Girl, so I need to paint him at some point too. And I also want to build a custom Eldar army. And Krieg. There's so much I want to do. This will be noted down as consultancy fees gaming. Brilliant, okay. Maybe you can learn doing the green stuff for some fantastic beardage on the green. Oh no, God no. Bolt rifles with a lull. I'm assuming you've just seen the basing material, right? So Scriver says paint them, paint yourself. So it looks like I'm doing. John says do painting streams, stream painting them. Maybe if I get to a point where I'm happy to, yeah, I could do that. I could paint on stream badly. Big Bad Peter Gamer says you could use bruise frames to make bricks. I could. But these bricks are so nice. To be fair, the camera at the moment doesn't do them justice. They look so good. The basing.
Lol.
Hang on. It's not going to grab the focus now, is it? It's racking into the model, unfortunately. See, I can't show you. But yeah. Then do the characters, you do the grunts. You could use, yeah. Well, we'll see. Right, talking about models and shit.
Bolt rifles just super chatted, lol.
I know, yeah, I read it out and then I didn't read it again because he's a fucking idiot. I don't know if he did it on purpose or not. So, what we're going to do, if you aren't a member, this is one of the reasons to become a member. It's because we have an amazing Discord. And the Discord does things like show you when there are events and stuff, and you can sign up to events. And then it will tell you when the event's live, there's normally a big green banner up here. And this was supposed to finish at 11, so the big green banner's gone away. But normally it will show you a big green banner as well. Let's put myself on screen. But this is one of the reasons why you can jump in Discord. There's a new members welcome area. There is new content and announcements and behind the scenes stuff. There's the general chat threads. There's Hangout and Hobby voice chats, which we might have to create a second one now because I imagine it's going to get quite busy. There's areas for tabletop simulator gaming because we do have a tabletop simulator league running right now. And once this league finishes, we'll run another league and another league, etc. There's hobby channels and there's sponsor channels where you can look at beer struggle codes, etc. So there's lots of stuff in here for you to look at. But we also have the stream models, the stream gallery area. And the stream gallery area is just a little way of giving something back to you guys, right? So it lets you put your models on the big screen, which is
Park
the key.
flooring custards, monocle and top hats too.
I won't paint monocles on. So this is where you can come in. If you're a member and you haven't joined Discord, Vex has just put !Discord in the chat for you. You can click that link, come in, and make sure you join your YouTube account. And you'll see here there's names that have got colours. Those colours are linked to ranks. And if you don't link your YouTube account, it won't give you a colour and you won't see the stream channels or the hobby channels, for example. You can do that by hitting the little user settings cog there, and then you go to connections up here, and then you connect to YouTube, and it won't show you because it knows I'm streaming, so it won't show you all my account details clearly because that would be fucking stupid. But that's how you can connect your YouTube account. And if you have any problems, hit up one of the seers, the people in yellow, and they'll help you connect your YouTube account. So you're fine. Anyway, models. Huron's Corsairs, just the basis to go. He's painting yellow knights with lovely patterns on the top as well. They're really, really good. Ads, if you're watching, look at these. They're really, really good. Love those. Are you going to come and look at models?
Yes.
Because you like to look at stream models as well, don't you? Look at that. That's hand painted on, I think. That chaos circle there. Either that or is it a transfer? I'm going to say it's hand painted, and if it's a transfer, just keep your mouth shut because it looks nice. Orkster has finished his Castus with magnetized pistol option. He should be proud of this model because you only got this limited edition celebration model if you spent £150 online. Loving the green trim. Well highlighted, it's cool. Don't like the dead Necrons on the bases. Necrons are better alive. Cool, cool. Then got carried away with prep work. That's some prep work.
Is that all the bottles of wine?
That he's probably just bought corks, Lisa. I don't think he's just got fucking shit faced over a weekend and went, right, now I can start painting. Fucking hell. Yeah, yeah. Now I'm a dribbling fucking mess after I've had my stomach pumped. Now I can paint. Starius is doing his Ultramarines inspired Templars. Looks like he might be doing the Macarena there. The Emperor's Champion is a nice paint job as well, man. He's done a good job. Starius, when we did the painting versus non-painting chat, says I don't like painting. I don't do painting. And now he's starting to paint models. Look how well he's doing.
Yeah.
Good paint jobs. And there's a troll there for Starius because he's a troll. There is Chaos God of Edge highlights, and it has claimed my soul for an eternity of torment. I love the muted green though.
Is that green?
It looks like a muted green, or is it black? It looks like a muted green. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Christian Enios says that's how he got his Gorks. That's red and maybe it is black. Maybe I'm wrong. You're probably right there.
I've got a voucher for an eye test.
Black makes more sense for. I think I might need glasses soon.
Me too.
But
Do you want to go first? Do you want to get your eyes tested first?
Vikings don't wear glasses. That's really. To be fair, I know you said that the cleanser stuff, the edge highlighter, that's really, really nice. So that's good. Oh, and he's got them all blue. Good work with his spray after being that drunk. Walking Death Day Off is starting this bad boy. This is the Beast Boss on Squigosaur.
I've seen that before.
Jakey's painting one right now.
That's cool.
Good green flesh for the orc. Like that. Good work, man. Top work from. That's a really nice green flesh colour for the orc boy. That's nice. Drill your barrel though. Get that fucking barrel drilled in there. Get a little pin drill. You only need one of. You only need one of these. So you need one of these things, and then fucking drill his barrel out. Come on. How else are they going to shoot out of that blockage? Bases for his new army. I mean, you did it much easier than I did. They're either green stuff rolled or they're pre-made resin bases. It's fucking much less effort than what I'm doing. At least I can tell people that I did it all by myself, though. Right? That's what people care about. They're nice bases, though, to be fair. Yeah, they're quite cool. Good work, man. John with his whip. I think he just keeps putting the same pictures in here because we like the blue, because we like the blight brew.
I always think they look a little bit Egyptian.
Yeah. They're the Sagittarium as well. Fucking dirty bastard. Sagittarium are very good. Ginger Steve, should I have a glass of mead? I think I deserve one after tonight. Yes, you should. I've got some chili mead here. I'm saving it for Friday, though. What's these Dev Gaunts from? Dave. I quite like the purple and bone colour, Dave, to be honest with you. Once you've got the base done, so a lot of people will look at a colour scheme and it doesn't quite look right. Before you judge, always get some kind of contrasting colour on the base and get the basing down. Because you might find you get the basing down, paint the teeth and the eyes to give it some little tiny accents, and you go, actually, it really works. I think that purple and bone is going to work really, really nicely. It looks off because the base is purple, but I like that scheme. Very alien, quite like it. Good work. Did you just delete it whilst I was fucking looking at it? He has as well.
Yeah.
He's gone. Well, I was liking that, to be fair.
I like that.
Loving the edge highlighting. That's a cracking paint job, Heretic Wargaming. Oh, Heretic, of course, Dark Angels, yeah. Really, really nice. Flappy Jacks, latest addition to Templars. That model is one of my new favourites. I've told my brother I'll give him all the new Templar stuff, but I haven't yet handed it over because it's so nice. Been building some breaches this evening. Oh, from Heresy. I don't know much about Heresy. Looking good though, Hambo. Martin Waller's a dickhead. This is his current work in progress shot. Because he's not allowed to show what he's working on yet. Because he's under a fucking NDA. New army incoming from Minkster. Good choice. Look at that in there. Cheeky little Christmas Marine in the top corner for you.
Is that the one he did for me?
Yeah, with the hat on.
Oh, yeah, the hat, the green stuff.
And you've just mugged him off by not doing Christmas Marines anymore.
But I've got my 3 that are going to live in my gingerbread house.
Here's the hero of the chat right now. Getting some Indomitus into my Deathwing.
Whoa.
That's really good. I'm loving the blade colour there. That's really nice, that blue transition. And the hood really works on that model as well. Probably much better than the original.
Is that a Moses basket in the background?
That looks like a Moses basket or pram, yes. It looks, I say yes, it looks like one. I'm not sure if it is.
Yeah, because look, there's kids' toys.
Loving the blue there. That looks really nice. That head really works, that model as well, man. That's super smart.
I feel really bad now.
Well, I didn't force him to.
That could buy 25 tubs of formula.
Well, we love him, though. Maybe he loves us more than he loves his kid.
Never say that.
Reza painted some sisters up. Ads got into you finally, did he, Reza?
They look Christmassy.
They did. Not sure if he'll like that or not.
Oh.
I quite like the sisters model. I really want to do a sisters army, but I've said to myself I'm not going to do that until I've painted at least 2 other armies. That's why I'm doing Custodies at 16 models, and then I'll find something else that's 2 models. Bilton Bob with his Templars. There's another Judicar there. They're looking really nice. I'm liking the red with the black.
I like the sword, like the purpley, like indigo.
Gluey glare, yeah. He's done it almost in the hourglass there as well, look,
wow,
which is
yeah.
quite cool. Like that. Good work. McDonald's getting ready to take out Jedis. You don't get that, do you?
No. I'm trying to quickly look, like, what are we looking at? I'm not sure what we're looking at.
Oh, dear. In joke. That's an in joke. Christian is drinking some more mead. Look at that fucking mug. That's cool. That's a horn mug.
Now, if you have that many corks and that mug is straight, don't paint.
Scrivo is working on double Volkite Contemporary. Scrivo, you dirty fucker. I love you. If you don't know what double Volkite Contemptors do, they are the competitive player's wet dream for Relic Contemptors right now.
Do they drive?
What?
Do they drive?
What do you mean, do they
Is
drive?
that a Ferrari tag on his kneecap?
What? No.
Oh.
It's not a prancing horse. It's like a lion with a sword. You fucking... Have you been drinking?
No, it was either Peugeot or Ferrari. I couldn't decide.
Oh,
I
no.
put Peugeot on them.
I'm sorry, car lovers. Screw it. He's really nice, man. Really nice. Was a Moses basket. No need to worry. Have Soul Baby to fun switch.
No, no. Oh my god.
Fucking legend of a comment as well. Pumpkin with his Ultramarines Dreadnought. Looking fucking cool. Redemptors are super good. Really, really good units. Used it on the weekend, still went 2 for 4. What did you have with it, Scrivo? Next model for the Wraith Host. The Wraith Knight. I love that fucking model. Super cool model.
It looks really clean, doesn't it?
What, the model?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of supposed to be. So the Eldar are an elven race. They're supposed to look quite graceful.
Oh, okay.
And I think they get the aesthetic really right with things like this for making them look quite graceful. This missile bank is a windbreaker. Brilliant. Mediocre standard. Fuck Varrock and his yellow Imperial Gimps with his big quad gun Leviathan. Stood on an Imperial Fist as well. I like that. I love the Leviathan model. I love big dreadnoughts. Come on, Liam, we can do it. I need to work on my wolf army as well. Some Thunder Wolves down there, some Terminators. I will get them done, don't you worry.
I like that cabinet.
I like the Star Wars Lego X-Wing. And this is a TIE Fighter. That's what I like. Don't miss the Star Wars. Love it. Looking sweet. Custom Soul Drinkers Chaplain from Mediocre Standard. He's really nice. Top painting, dude. Loving the mace as well. That's really cool. Aneste, working on my Chaos Marine army. Here's my Obliterator. Look at that blue. Liking the red fleshy colour around the edges as well there. That's good. Like it's actually wounded connecting to the army pieces. That's quite nice. I love Chaos. Big Red Bear and his Knights. That's a super clean grey next to the red. I love that scheme. That goes really well.
Did he have to make that colour grey?
I don't... probably not. Games Workshop have enough colours, but he's also got... Oh, you've drop a bottle with a lot as well. Legend. I really love that scheme, Bear. That's a great scheme. Top work. Nice red as well. Is that airbrushed? I might be airbrushed on. Really nice. Top work, dude. Loving that. Stonies is working on a Krieger. Loving a good Krieger.
Is that either a massive handle or a miniature?
The miniature's probably about that big. The handle won't be any smaller than the ones down there. About the same sort of size as the ones down there.
That's a miniature.
It's just a little man on his knee, like that, about that big. Krieger.
Oh. There he is.
There he is with his hat on for Lucy's Christmas Marines.
There he is, old
With
Nicholas.
green stuffed hat. You fucking legend. Night Lord Warp Talons. No fear. No fear, Umbra. Sorry. No fear. Good work though, man. Top work. Lehman Russ with his Astra Militarum. Ah, metal model still. Catching snipers, they must be if they're metal. Fucking guard. Still selling metal models. Come on, Games Workshop. Update the guard range, fuckers.
Don't you like the metal models?
Not really. No, you can't do anything with them.
What, like can't paint them?
You can't, or you can paint them. One, they chip really badly though. If you drop them, the fucking paint just comes off them. But secondly, you can't. It's really hard to convert metal. You can't snip bits off and change hands and stuff because it's just fucking different. You can't do it. Vulcan, that's a lovely. I love your green on your salamanders, man. It's such a nice green. Bear says it's all airbrush except the gold trim outside of the main body. It's all airbrush and there's some recessed shading with null. Top work on the airbrush. It's lovely smooth colours. That's why I love airbrushes. 1,000 Suns in the making. Fuck these bastards. They are so hard to paint. I love you got the random stages there as well. Good work, Mystics. That's really nice.
Wow.
These are super hard to paint, so he's doing a top job.
What makes them so hard?
So you've got all this trim that's supposed to be gold around the outside, hence he sprays it gold, and then you have to fill all the gaps in between the trim with blue, and it's just difficult. Ask Brom, he's been painting them as well. He's not doing them blue and gold, he's doing them red and gold, and he's been swearing at them a lot as well.
Oh, okay.
Completed Night Lord so far. It's Umbra's army.
That looks really nice.
It does look really nice,
really
doesn't it?
tidy.
Big fan of that. I like the fact that you got the Night Lord's themed radiator in the background as well. Just to set it off, mate. Top work. Top work, that.
It's all about the backdrop.
Bar of Swords, you don't have a role in Discord. Reach out to Umber, and then he'll help you out. You can DM him. If you're in the same Discord, you should be able to DM him, and he'll be able to sort your role out or show you what to do. Well, who's this? Lehman Russ with his Lehman Russes. Metal Guard as well. That classic guard. Loving the thud gun there behind the ruin. That looks really nice. That's an old school Annihilator. Top work. Love that stuff, man. Good work. I love the guard. Some drills. Termite drills. Krieg. Oh, fucking more of John in his blue fucking shoulder pads. Yeah, we've seen it now, John. We've seen it.
There they are.
Yeah, they
It's
look really
5
good.
layers of grey and 7 layers of red. In other words, I did the paint job equal of being a GW rules writer.
Touche. So you did. Some Iron Hand Chads. They're really nice.
Are they metal?
No, well, he's painting them as metal. Yeah, they're painted as silver,
They're plastic.
but they're plastic models.
Oh, wow.
Good work. Really, really good work. Heretic Wargaming. I snipped Azrael's metal gun to put a book on, and when I cut it, it pinged off and smashed my new TV. Fuck metal models.
Oh my
See?
God.
I told you. Fenrir with his... fucking hell, that sounds awful. With his Paragon Warsuit. That looks quality. I love the Paragon Warsuits. I want them to be better. Minx to 50. I'll buy as much Steel Legion as I can afford. Why are they scrapping it though? You've got to ask yourself that. Sean Kenny with his White Scar. They are fucking gorgeous, Sean.
I like how the mud's on the
When you finish that whole White Scars army, let me know what you want for it. Because they are incredible. Sean's such a good painter. Sean's the guy who painted the Harlequins. They're amazing. And I think that's us at the bottom of Stream Gallery, which is good. We've got lots of new member welcomes. Whoop, whoop. Look at all these new people that have joined. Fucking hell, actually, that's a lot of people that have joined. Heroes, all of you, everyone. And don't forget, you can also join deploymentzone.tv if you want. But I'm not going to dwell on that. The amount of super chatting and fucking memberships that have happened, we're not going to dwell on that too much. Right, we are half an hour later than I intended to be because you lot are awesome, and I wanted to try and keep the end stuff super chat on the screen for as long as possible, but I realised that I've kept the stream going for an additional half an hour, which means that from the point in which he super chatted, we've been up for 45 minutes, and it's only halfway down his super chat. So we'd have to stay for another 45 minutes to see it disappear.
What are we going to talk about?
I feel like we need DN Stuff's permission to turn the stream off.
Okay.
I have got work in the morning. I still do currently have a job. I have got work in the morning, so I mean, I'd be grateful if I could go to bed, please. You can get some good sleep now as well. You've sold your kid, so.
Wait, no, are we getting a new baby?
No, he's give us the money that he sold the baby and then gave us the money. So, maybe. Or tell jokes. Not more of Lucy's jokes.
I told my chicken cross the road joke. Or James's chicken cross the road joke.
No resistance from Luce, just what we talk about. I know, yeah, absolutely. Oh, he's granted permission. He's granted us permission, that's fine. That's good. Right, okay, in that case, because it is 11:30 and I would like to go to bed at some point today, I'm going to love you all and leave you and say that you're all incredible. Now, before I disappear, before we go, do not forget there is more stuff on tonight. Now, if you're in Discord and you go right to the top of Discord, there's an events area. And if you go in those events area, you can click that you're interested in the events, and I'm putting all the events up in there. And if you put that you're interested in the event, it will tell you when the event goes live, and you get a big green banner across the top of Discord so you don't miss a stream. And that is because... What have you been listening to lately, 40k related? I am on the 3rd book in the Indomitus series, what are they called? Not Godblight, the other one. It's going to annoy me now, hang on. If you do...
What have you been listening to lately? 40k related.
Audible. Where's Audible? Dark Imperium, and I'm on Godblight. So yeah, that's what I've been listening to lately. Right. So if you're in there and you do click on the events page, on the events links, you'll see the 2 events for the rest of this week. I will obviously add next week's 40k show. This Wednesday, 8 PM, live on YouTube, there is 1,000 points. Me versus Jake Brom will be running the deck. So come and join us on Wargaming Wednesdays. That will be on YouTube. This one is not a DZTV exclusive. This is a YouTube week, so I'm super excited for that one. Perhaps we'll think about doing some kind of giveaway, maybe. I don't know if we can, but I need to give you something back. And there will be no requirement to super chat to enter that giveaway. It will just be simply be in the chat, and you'll be in with a chance of winning. So there's that, although I'm going to have to run that from the tabletop because Brom's an idiot. Then on Friday, we've got the members only 40k beer and banter chat where I drink a whole bottle of mead on stream.
Oh, God.
Like last time, which is exciting, right? Especially exciting because I've got to get up early the next morning for the event at Factorum. I've got a 2-day event with Brom at Factorum, which will be exciting. Next Monday, there'll be another 40k show, and that will be the last 40k show for a fortnight, simply because... that next weekend we're live, not live, but we are going to be live from Gibraltar when we're out at SN Battle Reports No Retreat Legends. I'll give you more detail about that next Monday. But basically, the Friday stream, the Beer and Banter Friday stream, and the Monday stream will be cancelled because we'll be in Gibraltar. However, the Friday stream you'll still get to watch something because there'll be SN Battle Reports will be live streaming the event. So if I'm not on the stream, then I'll just throw the game and lose really quickly so I can come and sit on the stream and chat to you lot anyway. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. I will speak to you all very, very soon. Lucy, anything you want to say?
No.
Okay, there you go. She doesn't care at all.